You are now listening to the Lone Wolf
The Lone Wolf podcast.
Me and my friends have a friend called Michael. Me and my friends. Well, me and my friends have a message for you, Michael. Me and my friends. Well, come on, Michael. Push a little harder. Try a little more. Get your feet on the floor. Come on, Michael. You can make it if you want to. It's just not the same without you.
We actually recording right now?
We're recording now, Mr.
JAXX Saban.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, it's all good. Yeah, JAXX Saban, also known as it's Radio JAXX. What it do?
Radio JAXX? How'd you get that name?
Which one?
The Radio JAXX.
Let's see. Kind of came up with JAXX. It was just like just took my initials and I just like took out the C and just put two X's there because it's JAC.
That's right.
But the radio part came from, I was in the radio program in college, but I also kind of pulled it off from like Lady Gaga because she had she took her name from Radio Gaga from Queen, and I was like, well, fuck you already have Gaga, I might as well take the radio part. And I just,
by the way, have you seen that movie, Bohemian Rhapsody?
I have not seen it yet. How was it?
To be honest with you, dude, I can't help but like not be political when it comes to movies because I understand that's exactly what they are now.
Yeah,
it's no longer merit based. It's all like, hey, we're pushing a political agenda. Yeah. So I'm hesitant to see any movies, including that one.
Well, Bohemian Rhapsody.
But I don't think it's like that. So that's probably the only movie that was up for Best Picture that I'm going to buy.
I don't know. I mean, they switched up some of the story in it a little bit. So I mean, it's not exactly true to portrayal, but it is what it is. I mean, neither was Straight Outta Compton whenever that came out. So
that was a great movie, man.
It was a good movie. It was just like they kind of someone said it best. Like they kind of made Dre look like a superhero, and it was like when he beating bitches' asses and all this other shit.
He was beating.
He was like
beating the hell out of beats too.
Yeah, right.
Gosh.
Yeah. Honestly,
dude, I was actually just talking to someone. I'm not going to say her name, but she's never heard Gin and Juice. I'm like, how have you never heard any G-Funk song, whatever? Like
that's like the epitome right there. It's like anything off a Doggy Style or Chronic. Like,
which, by the way, speaking of G-Funk, do you know it's called Your Mom's House podcast?
No, I do not.
It's with Tom Segura and Christina P. It's Pazitsky, but she got a long Russian last name.
Yeah.
They had Too Short on.
They didn't?
Yeah, and so I was like, oh. And he's actually like really funny. He's talking about like the life of being a pimp in Oakland. He's just talking about like the intricacies of that. Then I was like, I'm going to listen to Too Short. And it was with Just Another Day.
Yeah.
And it's literally like a 6-minute song just talking about like...
Yeah, it was just bullshitting.
And then went from that to Gin and Juice. I'm like, hey, listen to this. She's like, what's that? I'm thinking, are you shitting me?
Oh my God.
You're 23 and you've never heard...
Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice.
Man, that's... Doggy Style was like... For me, that's actually one of my... Like, production-wise, that's one of my favorite albums. Like,
was that done by Dre, do you know?
Yeah, he did most of the production on there. So, yeah. Yeah,
man, I love like Brooklyn boom bap, like wordsmith type stuff, but there's just something like
we go from West Coast to straight East Coast just like that.
I know, bro.
Yeah, but let's see, boom bap from the East. Honestly, when it comes to like East Coast rap versus like West Coast rap, it's so grimy in comparison and so dark and eerie. It's like, where did you find these
until like all these fucking global elite rich people moved to Brooklyn? It was kind of like it was kind of like New Jersey part 2, so it was kind of dirty and like overlooked because Manhattan's the gym.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even though Manhattan's dirty as hell too.
I mean, like it's New York. I do believe it's still like what, the dirtiest city in America.
Oh, dude. Like I was saying before the podcast, it was really neat to go there, but it was also filled with melancholy because, like I said, to see people like beaten down by the city, but also unlike Chicago, because I love Chicago. I love visiting in the summer. Fuck it in the winter.
Just to give you all some context, me and Mike were sitting here talking about how like neither political side we're on, and so if you all thought I was liberal, guess what, bitch, I'm not.
I'm libertarian, but here's the thing, Jax.
I don't give a fuck what I am. Saban.
Okay, listen here, Saban.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna do my whole Trump impression. I don't really like to like throw labels on myself.
Neither do I.
People are like, hey, who are you? I'm like, hey, I'm Michael Wooff. And you should say your name too, because I'm not you, but
but
because you're more than just what you believe in.
Yeah.
You're a deep human being.
Yeah.
But I would say my views align with libertarian. I think 99% of both sides are out for their own personal and financial gain. They don't really give a shit about their constituency at all.
They really don't, unfortunately. It's a dog eat dog world. They really mean that shit. Yeah, that's so like if you all are
we're fighting for you, but we're gonna siphon some of your donation money for our own personal gain and pay off, our debts and pay
we're
our.
Very honest.
Exactly.
We're very honest.
Exactly. It's garbage.
Honestly.
But yeah, New York, we got to finish that point. Brother.
Yeah. So,
my bad.
yeah. So we were talking about that, and then we were talking about Mike going over to New York for a couple of days. I take it.
Yeah, 3 days. I stayed in. Actually, a really neat neighborhood, Clinton Hill, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
it's about 40 minutes from Manhattan. By the way, you can tell the closer you're getting to Brooklyn by the amount of cuffed jean van wearing hipsters get on the subway, dude. Yeah,
oh man, get on the L train for real.
Yeah, bro. Once all the little fisherman beanie van, cuff jean wearing hipsters go on, you're like, oh, I'm approaching Brooklyn.
See, here's my thing about hipsters and stuff
so
like that.
So cool and so unique, but I look like every other hipster.
I don't understand the culture with them. I do, but I don't. I get that the stereotype is I was listening to them before, everybody else was. You all are just, sheeple and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, but you're being sheeple
exactly.
too. So I don't understand that culture. It's it doesn't make sense. The punk culture made sense to me.
Oh yeah.
Hip hop culture in the very beginning made sense to me. Today, Oh
my God.
But those cultures made sense.
You don't find the complexity and the beauty of Gucci Gang by Lil Pump?
I mean, I do, though.
You do? It's okay. I'm not going to judge you.
I do, but...
I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah, but
I get it, bro. I get it. I got a friend in Denver. I love him to death. I get... I've seen why they like it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun music. But, it's not... if you're going a Little Pump for, some deep complexities, you went the wrong route, my friend.
In fact, J. Cole had him on an interview. I think they should do a tour together.
Yeah,
to bring the two crowds together.
Yeah, honestly,
that's what music's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's supposed to, but people don't think about it like that.
Being on tour, maybe Lil Pump, ooh, I like this lyrical stuff, and he starts doing it, and then J. Cole just dropped a straight up just number one hit banger.
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't know what it is. It's hip hop has gotten to a point now, me being a rapper and a producer of this shit, we've really gotten to a point where all this shit is just it's not like what it was in the very beginning where everybody was like, oh my God, this was new, this is new, this is new, and everyone's just no matter what it is, it's great.
Right.
Today it's just it's just getting a fucking coffee. It's just I don't like it that dark. I don't like it that light. Put more cream in it. No, take that out. No, I need it a little bit bitter. No, fuck being bitter. I need it that's what it is now.
Right.
People can't appreciate the differences anymore.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, I know this sounds like a step technological backwards, but excuse me. and I'll eventually get back to listening to vinyls, but that's not what I'm into now.
Right.
I started getting back into renting CDs from the library because a lot of people, unless you're an audiophile, not a lot of people know this. The absolute best quality music possible that you can listen to is burning an uncompressed WAV file from a CD into iTunes. And dude, it's unreal how much stuff you miss.
Yeah.
For example, since they're talking about hip hop, one of my favorites, and I don't care if it's that's a mainstream opinion. Kendrick Lamar's top 3 easily.
Top 3?
From the moment I listened to Good Kid, Mad City, I didn't even know who he was. I was like, this guy is up to something. And then I listened to
what was it?
Section 80.
Section 80? Okay.
Classic. Dude, I don't know why that's not. I know it's a mixtape, but that should be considered an album.
I think some people do.
It is an album. Sorry, it's an independent album before he signed to Interscope.
Yeah.
The CD I rented was To Pimp a Butterfly, and just because you're not missing any information at all.
No.
Like, and they use mostly all real instruments. Like, you can just hear the deepness and all like the what you're supposed to hear with the bass, and just like the drums sound like you're right there listening to them. Like, oh my God, people like, you got 256 gigabyte phones now. Who gives a fuck about storage now? Just put a CD on your, if you like the artist, put the CD on your fucking. And why not use a free resource like the library? Like, no one fucking goes there anyways.
Or if anything, you can just go to your local stores or whatever, or like your even your record stores, because they still got CDs there, and you can just pick any one up and just keep it, and just buy it. Like if you get an older one, I mean, it's going to be cheap. It's probably going to be like $5 or like $7 or something. But if it's newer, of course, it's going to be like 13 just because they're trying to get their money now. Yeah. So
the only reason I do vinyl, and you have to do vinyl right, it has to be uncompressed tracks cut into the vinyl. Otherwise, you're just getting shitty quality. Shitty quality times 2 if they're just putting an MP3 onto a vinyl. The main reason I do that is because I like to pin up, artwork, and I like the physical. It kind of forces you to listen to an album, so I kind of like it for that reason. Yeah, no crate digging and whatnot.
Honestly, speaking of crate digging, just kind of get off topic. That's actually
you're good.
Yeah, that's actually crate digging is actually what I was doing whenever I first got started trying to make music.
There you go.
Yeah, because I was so like.
No, do you put it on a turntable and load samples?
Yeah, that's
really?
what I.
Okay, dude. How the fuck do you do that?
How do you do that?
I've just watched people. I'm like, it just looks like you need like $5,000 worth of gear.
You really don't. It's just you gotta get a USB vinyl, and then all you gotta do is just put it into a certain program, and then just record it into it, and then you have it like that. But I was crate digging whenever I first got started, because I started rapping and making beats around the same time.
Oh man!
And at the time, I was 16. I'm about to be 26 now. Yes, I'm old. I get it.
No, dude, I'm 27. I don't subscribe to the idea of I hate when people say that, bro. And I'm not. Yeah, well, not you, but people are like, I'm getting old. I'm like, you have literally 60 or 70 years of life left.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking about this the other day.
It's just society, man. You're 26. You're not where we think you should be now.
That's what I was thinking prior to it, but garbage. I actually thought about it. I was some of my favorite rappers didn't make it until they were 30.
Dude, Jay-Z didn't get discovered until he was 28. Same with Kanye.
Yeah, honestly,
college dropout until he was 28.
Danny Brown.
Oh, I love Danny Brown.
Yeah, he didn't his first real claim to success. He was named after the year how old he was, 30. So
wait, that's what the album was called, 30?
Yeah, the one with the teardrop face, and it looks like a Prince album. Yeah, it was 30 because he turned 30 that year.
Really?
Yeah, so he's older than what.
You gotta listen to him on a podcast. Oh yeah, bro, he is hilarious.
Oh, dude, Danny he's hilarious, bro.
Well, going back to the Your Mom's House thing, he was on there, and they're like, he's better than some comedians we've had on because he's just so goofy. And
he's himself. Yeah.
Oh man,
he's himself. But I going back, I'm probably gonna do this a lot.
It's okay.
I was crate digging and stuff like that because I was just fascinated with sampling. I think the first few, the first album that kind of really got me into trying to make beats and not make them because everything was trap, and that was Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, Lil Wayne was popping at the time.
That's fine. Wait, so you're 26 now, so that's 09, okay.
Yeah, 09 was the time.
So right before he released Carter 4, which, dude, after the Carter 3,
it was a lot of hit and miss. It was.
Same with Drake, bro. After Nothing Was the Same, I don't really listen to Drake.
Really?
That was his last good album, in my opinion.
I mean,
I just I get it. I get artists change, but I like when Drake raps more than he
sings. Yeah,
because he is not on the caliber of something like Daniel Caesar.
Yeah,
or The Weeknd. The Weeknd's
honestly
a little more stylish on the singing side.
Yeah.
I don't know, but whatever. He's super successful.
Yeah,
I'm not. So he's doing his thing.
Yeah, I started doing it then though. That was whenever all them were Wayne was popping and Drake was about to be who he is now. But
you just
I was so I was basically that, this isn't real hip hop, man. Yeah. I'll turn into that guy for a couple years, and like looking back, I'm like, oh, that was so cringy.
It's okay, bro. I used to be like this. It
was
like women need respect, guy. Like, how dare you guys? Yeah, back when I was like 20, I was like, how dare any man treats a woman with disrespect? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, now Mike's like,
age,
fuck that bitch.
No. Age just brought to me like wisdom to like, oh, I mean, I don't like justify hitting a woman, but maybe there's a lot of shitty stuff that women do that drives them into that point.
Mate, we don't fucking know. We don't.
Who knows? I don't think I was trying to get like girls.
We don't condone anything. I'm just letting you know we don't condone bullshit. But
no, just a slap here and there. Just to let you know where you stand.
Oh my God.
I was kidding. I'm joking.
You don't make everybody after this.
No,
I don't give a fuck, but
Have you heard Bill Burr's segment on that?
Yeah, I actually have.
It's hilarious. I might throw that in here.
Oh, man. No, but what was I talking about?
You were talking about like Drake about to pop.
Yeah. That was whenever I got started. Yeah, it was like this. What was it? It was like
you're talking about how like it's not real hip hop, and you're
I was that way, and it was just like it was like the mentality of like this music isn't as good as it could be. I bet I could do it better,
right?
And then I thought like, oh well, the '90s sounded better, so let me go try to make hip hop beats like the '90s, and I did. With you. And like I was like listening to like DJ Shadow's first CD introducing, and like just how he was just flipping samples the whole entire time, and it was like I looked at it and it was like in the Guinness Book of World Records for having so many samples on it. Beat Public Enemy. I was like, let me try this myself, and I started like finding old music like Led Zeppelin, Tears for Fear.
Oh wow. Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see what else.
That'd be interesting to see if you could like take like Everybody Wants to Rule the World and flip that into a sample.
I tried to.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, you really got to.
It's so synth heavy. It'd be interesting to flip that into like a.
I mean, Nas did it a couple of years ago.
What?
Yeah, he did it on I want to say Stillmatic.
Because he had what was it, DJ Premier? Who was the guy that produced Illmatic?
That was 5 people, man.
5 people?
Yeah, that was Q-Tip, Premier, Pete Rock,
Premier.
Large Professor, and I want to say who else? Pete Rock, Large Professor. I'm missing somebody.
Right. It's not fair when you got a Premier.
I'm trying to remember who else was it, because there was somebody else. I'm forgetting that last one, but I know it was Large Professor, DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Q-Tip, and there was somebody else, and I'm forgetting who. It'll come back to me in a bit. I'll probably forget it. It's whatever.
When you're going up against people like that, that's stiff competition.
Yeah, shit, dude. The '90s, like the way they make the '90s sound like when it came to hip hop, since everybody was trying to be so creative and come out the box with it.
When they weren't using Fruity Loops, they had to do like
they really had to. Like I was looking at how they were producing back then on a show, and I was like, this is complicated as.
Well, you know, it's funny. You see. Like, of course, they're older and they're probably wiser now, but you hear like producers from back then talk and they're very articulate, and you hear like producers that created like a smash hit for like, I don't know, like Juice WRLD or whatever. And I just thought this sounded good, and then I put this here. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, it's like Q-Tip was like, I was really digging, you know what I'm saying?
I was really digging this. I was cutting this right here, I was like, boom, boom, boom. Hold up a second. Let me put a bass line on that real quick, you know what I'm saying?
Might need some horns here, and then maybe add some like ambiance to them to get into the mix.
No. You on the East Coast guy be like, nah, I'm saying.
No.
Nah, I mean.
No, actually, I don't know. I don't know if it's from being an Illinois person, but like lyrical rappers from Chicago are my favorite. Like Common, one of my favorites. Kanye, one of my favorite artists of all time.
Kanye is actually good. A lot of people like they get mad at some of the stuff he says, but for real, sometimes Kanye do be having a point to what he says, and people don't even realize it.
I used to make a point. I'm like, hey, you like that song that was produced by Kanye?
Oh, dude, I've done that too.
Like the whole Finding Forever album and the B album by Common. And every John Legend album you listen to was produced by Kanye.
Honestly, no, you really want to fuck people up? Just say one of Kanye's lines in regular conversation. They're going to be like, wow, that's so smart. I got that from Kanye West. They'll be like, ah! And you'd be like
Yeezy told me. Remember that? Or Yeezy taught me.
Yeah, Yeezy taught me.
What? What are you talking about?
No,
Yeezy
I said this to somebody one time. He was like, "You got the power to let power go." It's like, man, you are so right.
Good. Oh,
but where'd you get that from? I was like, Kanye West, homie.
Bro.
No one man no one man should have all that power. I was like,
that. I don't know. It's weird.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted
It wasn't
Fantasy
in
was
spite of Taylor Swift. I started getting into him around 2009.
Yeah.
And I actually was like so out of the loop because we didn't grow up really. I mean, 2010 we were still using like flip up phones.
Yeah, we were.
So I didn't even know he dropped My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and some guy, I forget his name actually.
No.
He was like, yeah, Kanye released a new album, and so I was like, oh, cool. Can I borrow it? And dude, that blew my freaking mind.
Honestly,
listening to that is like his magnum opus in my opinion.
You know what's crazy about Kanye West's like projects? There really are fine wine albums because like you listen to them when they come out, you might be like, but you listen to them like 5 years later, oh my god!
Perfect example for me, Yeezus. I fucking hated it when it first came out. I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
I liked it just because like I knew where he was going at because like Death Grips was also popping.
Yeah, Death Grips.
So when I heard that stuff, I was like, this ain't bad, you know. I get it.
If you think about it, I mean, really, like Lil Uzi Vert and all these people, they're kind of like 5 years late because the Death Grips were already there with like the rap, like super, like
screaming, and all that,
punk rock type shit.
Yeah, oh, dude, like
your little nose rings and like tattoos aren't new. They were doing
honestly, they didn't even have those. They were just like regular dudes, just doing their thing, and then it was just like no one was hyping them up like they should have been, and I was like, y'all just don't see it for real.
Well, actually, I remember, because people were comparing like Death Grips and Yeezus. But I remember watching Death Grips, like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And then reflecting on it, I'm like, holy crap, this whole like low budget video look is like it now. And their whole sound, they were just so ahead of the curve. I'm like, no wonder I didn't like it because I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But now in context, looking back on it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Same with Yeezus. I hated it. Grew on me, dude. And I realized.
Same thing with 808s and Heartbreaks.
Dude, I think those two albums are what changed the landscape of hip hop. The sound. Think about post Yeezus. You got all these like kind of like quote unquote weirdo
rappers and all this.
Coming through. And after 808s, you had like Drake and all these really like synth pop heavy rappers.
Honestly, I wouldn't just say like Kanye. I'd actually say Lil B too was actually.
What? Does he still release music?
He still does stuff, apparently.
He used to do like a song a day, bro, and I used to...
Yeah, I know.
It was more out of curiosity.
Honestly,
I wouldn't say I was into him, but I was just like, oh, he's got a lot of videos. Let me watch him.
This is my theory on like Lil B. He was the best thing in hip hop and the worst thing in hip hop for two good reasons. It was like he's the best thing because it was just like he showed that it doesn't have to be good for you to get a fan base, and it was the worst thing because it was shitty and you knew it was trash even from the mixing. But
he's a perfect example. If you just put out content consistently, you'll eventually
get somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, like the whole like he didn't filter his lyrics. He would just record it.
Yeah, just straight up.
Most of like rap now is just like like they're not filtering their lyrics, just saying dumb shit.
Yeah.
He didn't put the production quality behind his songs.
No,
he'd have the distorted fucking vocals.
I'm gonna go to Starbucks in the morning for some coffee. If like there ain't a girl there, like, oh my god, yeah. No, Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh my
Ellen DeGeneres.
Gosh, dude.
Oh my goodness. Like
it's so funny, man. Looking back, I'm like, these people are right. And I look at them like they're nuts. Like the tight clothes.
Yeah.
Like the girly stuff he'd wear.
Yeah.
And just the nonsensical lyrics. I'm like, dude, and that is literally 90% of hip hop now.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I don't want to like.
Excuse me.
You good, man?
I'm like 99% done with the throat cold.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that sucks.
Late at night, just coughing.
Wait, you had what, leukemia?
No.
I thought you said leukemia. I was like, whoa.
No, it's been keeping me up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like this massive wave of just whatever it is hit people.
Yeah.
I wasn't sick at all last year.
I was.
So I went 13 months and then got hit with this, but it's not too bad.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. Like the hip hop scene is just like, I love it because it keeps changing. I hate it because people follow trends and they don't start their own. And like, being a local artist, and it's not really to put anyone down if you're listening to this. That's something I notice a lot. Like, Like, I remember like a couple years back, everybody was trying to be like, you know, super lyrical, or they were trying to be this. And then after a while, everybody decided, oh, we're singers now.
Right.
And like, in my mind, I'm kind of like on my Ice Cube, like America's Most Wanted, fucking death certificate mind state. It's like, man, all these people sing-songing and shit, man. I'm sick of this shit. Right. Fuck this, you know. Like, but I guess that's a little bit of me being a hater, because I can't sing it. And like, whenever I did try to do auto tune one time, and I was testing this, it sounded like Kanye West on 808s and Heartbreaks. I was like, I sound too much like him. Let me leave that shit alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe in the power of the internet, but
yeah,
I guess as far as touring, bro,
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, we're really open to like indie, like lo-fi indie rock bands here. Is Alton very good with like supporting hip hop at all?
It is, and it's hit and miss. Okay, it's very hit and miss. Like, there's people out here, like there's Randy Ray definitely has a following. People fuck with him.
That's what's up.
Dev Deuces has his following too. Mine, half the time I don't even know if I have one. Right. I'm here.
You got a bunch of raggedy bitches. I love that, dude. That's hilarious.
Yeah, like. I mean, I got people following me for, like, you know, like my On Samish post. If you didn't know what that is, like, if you're on my Facebook page, and you could also go on there just anyway, because most all of them are public. I just say like the most ratchet shit imagiable.
But it's the truth.
I say the most ratchet shit on there, and the crazy thing is, I have not been. No one has reported me at all, and. The other thing that's crazy about it too, I don't ever talk about. There's 4 things I never talk about. That's race, religion, politics, and sexual orientation.
Okay.
And
I'm trying to think. I don't talk about. What did you say there? Race, religion,
politics, and sexual orientation.
I'll talk about race or sexual orientation. But if I stumble into a conversation about politics and religion, I'll offer my opinion on it. Mainly the religion thing is like a whole like existential like what is it really all about? But politics, I'll rant about that every now and then.
Every once in a while, it's fine. Like, there's times I want to say stuff on there, but I won't.
You have to keep it at an arm's distance, or else it will consume you.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't need to bring all that energy.
I think it's used to divide. I mean, it's
pretty much it is.
The psychology behind it is it's used to divide people.
Yeah, divide and conquer. Stupid. Yeah. Honestly, you know, it's. You know, for me, since I'm not political and I don't take sides with it, and I can step back and I can look at both sides, like, liberals do have some points that I do like, and then conservatives have points that I do like, but I can't side with either one because they still have a lot of bullshit in the midst that I can't fuck with. So I just leave it alone.
We're all human. I think that way about politics, and also about religion. Religion is man's or humankind's, to be politically correct. Flawed attempt on describing what you can't describe.
Honestly, it's you know, it's like the thing I look at whenever I see, you know, people who are like super conservative on like my feed, because I have a lot of conservatives on there, and I also have a lot of liberals on there. Yeah. Both of them are very they're very
dogmatic.
I'm trying to think what's the term I'm trying to think of. It's like self-serving.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're very self-serving on both sides, and it's almost where it's like, you know,
you're never gonna convert anyone on Facebook. By the way, that's something I have
I don't even attempt. Like, if you want to believe what you want to believe, I do not care. I will like you regardless. If you're nice to me, that's all that matters.
Right.
But both sides are kind of self-serving to me, just because like. You know, if you don't agree with one's opinion and you don't agree with the other's opinion, they'll both attack you just because off the strength of you not being with them on it. And it's just like, when did this become like, why do we have to conform to your mind frame? You know, just be yourself. Who cares, man? Like,
this is my theory on it. Until the human brain evolves into a higher form of human being.
X-Men.
We're still
X-Men.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're still primal, and so we're still obsessed with controlling people.
Yeah. It's just like, you just gotta let bygones be bygones. You know, learn. You know, people just need to learn to agree to disagree. I'm not going to hate you because you don't think the same things as me. You shouldn't hate me because I don't think the same things you all think.
Although people should hate you for posting a picture that says,
oh,
what was that?
It was a piercing. Of,
where was it again? That was
it was the Monroe piercing, that one in the like the bottom corner of your cheek, right next to your mouth, and I was like,
the ones that like raggedy bitches.
Honestly,
is that like one of your? Is that one of your like your catchphrases?
You raggedy bitch. I have a lot of them. I have a lot.
That was crazy. I could not believe that. I was sitting there laughing and shaking my head. I'm glad you didn't back down with that.
Honestly, just to give people context, this was the first unofficial day of on Submission's creation. This was. Oh,
that's what created On Submission?
Yes, it was.
Really?
Yes, it was. That was.
Thank God.
I was just posting stuff at first, and then I just saw all those people commenting on it.
50 or 60 comments?
There was 130.
130. Oh my God.
130 with only 10 likes. I was like, whoa.
Now, okay, what would be like the defending to the arguing ratio be on that? Because I feel like I defended you.
There was a lot of people who defended me.
I defended you on Messenger because I didn't want to get involved with that.
Yeah, but you were also going you had a couple comments because that post is gone now. I don't know where it went to.
Yeah, it's deemed it offensive.
I guess if that was the first time I ever got flagged down, whatever. But it was just like my opinion. All it said was like this. This is the one thing that can take a girl from being like a 10 to a 5 in like no less than 2 seconds. And everyone was like, oh, you're rating women. And I'm just like thinking like,
smash the patriarchy.
Yeah, you're just smashing the patriarchy. And I'm just like sitting there thinking like that this is what offends women when you know that women say like the most horrible things about each other any fucking way, and me saying one little thing is a step out of line.
Well, this is why I tell people that they don't really know because they don't do research. All these like beauty standards set for women are, and by the way, I don't hate either either of these two groups that I'm about to name. I'm just stating facts.
Okay.
The people who set the beauty standards via fashion magazines, fashion companies are straight women and gay men.
Yeah.
Straight men don't want a 90-pound, 6-foot woman that we might break if we decide to take her home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I will actually agree with you on that.
We want healthy people.
Yeah, we do. Like, ladies, you are beautiful in your own special way, just like my dusty ass might be cute to one of y'all, you know? Yeah, but
it's like my goateed, bald head look like a million other guys in the world.
Honestly, man, like I'm trying
cookie cutter, bro. There's nothing special about me.
I feel the same way. Like, honestly, right now I'm going through like my hair's growing back, and like I like keeping it like completely shaved off.
Did you use some stuff on it? I've thought about using it on my head.
No. It's like it's coming back, and it's like I want to like shave it back down. I have to go back to the barbershop and get that cut, and then I'll have to do the extra shit.
By the way, I saw your beard. Did you just get that cut?
I just lined it up right before I got here.
Man.
Thank you.
My bad, dude. I need to get like a quality camcorder so I can actually
it's all right.
Film these because I got a poster with a wolf on it, and I want to like actually start throwing video clips on YouTube.
Yeah, I feel you.
Get around to
it's fine as long as I'm like people can hear my voice.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, whenever you hear my songs, this is not the voice you hear when you hear my songs. Okay, I sound like a straight. I don't even know what the fuck I sound like, man. Like I'm just
like a G.
I can't even say that. I don't even know. It's like you listen to my songs and I'll be talking like this. Yeah, hey, what it do with it? And then like you hear me talking, it's like, oh hi, how are you? It's like,
that's hilarious.
That's
bro.
like, who the fuck is
that
this?
Reminds me of? I know she's not like a rapper, but Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah.
Like she's like super like moody and like emo, but then you hear her talk and she's like
cheerful and she's sarcastic as fuck and be talking shit too.
You know who's a good, probably a more extreme example of that is Lil Jon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like when he was on The Apprentice, and you remember the Dave Chappelle skit?
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, you're breaking up. What?
Well, I'm sorry about that. It's like you're funny.
It's like, so have you have any marijuana in your system? It's like, no, madam, I do not. Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
Dude, I think he actually won the Celebrity Apprentice.
Did he?
I think so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if you hear him talk about like how he picked the songs, I think he was on like Ellen or someone.
Yeah.
And he was talking about a very methodical approach to like the hit songs, and he was very articulate. But then you hear him on a song, and he's just like,
yeah, yeah. That's me. Yeah, my voice, like, I don't know, like what. One thing I could probably say about like my voice when I'm rapping, I know we're all like me and you are like jumping around, but like whenever I'm like rapping, like it's like I just took like 3 different voices that I knew I had, like my vocal range was there anyway, and I just kind of combined them together. Like,
that's cool though, man. I like that.
Yeah, it was LL Cool J's voice.
Mama said knock you.
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, like Mr. Smith era LL, like later on in his career, not like early
lip licking, kind of like
when he was on like battle rap shit and he was like trying to like making songs about fucking bitches and shit. Yeah, so that
not the Oscar,
not LL Cool J is hard. Not that no. Like later on in his career and E40 a little bit, just because like it's so easy for me to just be like verbal vomit like one time, it's so easy for me to do that, and then like. I was like, okay, I got those two together.
He popped back into the mainstream show.
Oh yeah,
fuckers can still spit on the I don't fuck with you song.
Yeah,
he just had to let people know.
He comes in sometimes. Honestly, he was on Schoolboy's last album, Blank Face, from like I think like 2 or 3 years ago. Oh yeah, because he was
the
on.
The song I know is that part because that Kanye on it.
Yeah,
I don't know. To be honest, I tried to listen to it. I'm not gonna say it was a sophomore flop, but it wasn't. It wasn't as good as his debut.
Oxymoron or
that wasn't his. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a strong follow up to Oxymoron.
It had some. I think it had some strong stuff on there.
Yeah.
Like not everything on there I bump, but there's some stuff on there I like.
Right. Well, I think he's going through a lot of depression too, so that might have.
He probably drinking lean again or something,
probably.
But
so it felt like more of a dark album for sure.
Yeah, like the last.
I love Scoop. I love all Top Dog. That's my J-Rock, all them.
Honestly, I like whenever I was like trying to figure out that last niche to like my voice to make it like kind of just stick out more. So like I was like listening to it. I was like, okay. I was like listening to a lot of Death Grips and like G Herbo and Lil Bibby at the time. I was just like, okay, I'm on my Chirac shit. Let me see what I can do. And I was like listening to them and they were kind of like yelling and they were being like really gruff with their voice. And I was like, hold up a second. I know somebody whose voice is just like that naturally. I was like DMX. And I was like, I was just like thinking about like that Cat Williams joke where he was like, hey, yo, bitch. And I was just like, hold up. Let me take what I can already do. Let me add that to it. And then like it went from like, hi, this is Julian Crawford to, hey, what it do? It's JAXX SABAN, chilling out with like Michael Wooff. This is the Lone Wolf podcast. You already know what it is. And it sounds like that, and then it goes back to this.
It would be cool if you could take those like layers.
Yeah.
You know how like some rap albums will have skits?
Yeah.
You could do like Julian Crawford, like
the
DJ introducing.
Yeah, it's like
I love those.
I
concept albums, man.
I don't.
That's why Kendrick, man, kills it for me.
I actually
Ocean too.
I will give you a concept album. I will talk about that in a minute because speaking of the Onsamish post, I know we're jumping around, but
no, it's okay.
There is gonna be a Onsamish album. The album cover is perfect for the times right now.
Oh my god!
And it's punk as fuck.
Oh,
it's punk as fuck. Not in the sense that the music is punk because it's very like trappy, but it's also got like it's kind of got like a old school and like a rock feel to it. Like that hard rock from whenever it came out, like whenever it was like Black Sabbath and like Led Zeppelin, like those eras and stuff. Just like
age.
Yeah, the golden age of rock and like just the punk mentality from that 80s mixed with like the hip hop mentality. Like I really thought about it as like this is kind of the album we need right now.
Yeah,
because it's like it's touching shit that people need to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's also goofy enough to where it's like you can still have fun with it,
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what comedians do.
Yeah.
They address the issues, but they do it in a funny way.
Actually, funny thing you say that. There's actually going to be, I actually sampled a couple skits. There are only a couple samples on there, and none of them are from songs at all. If it is, it's probably going to be like little things like a hi-hat here or maybe a snare here. But other than that, I didn't sample super much. There's actually, that's a lie. There's one sample on there. There's a Gladys Knight sample on there.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's going to be the opening track. It's going to be called So Bitter. The original sample, you can look it up. It's
Do you do
Taste
like
a
the
Bitter
tone
Love
pitching stuff to your samples?
sometimes. It depends. Like sometimes I'll put a vinyl simulator on it so that it kind of has like that little
crackles and pops.
Yeah, it's got those little
I
cracks.
love that, man.
Yeah. No, there's actually going to be snippets of Eddie Murphy on there, snippets of Richard Pryor, and the one thing you all need to know about like this cover, and this is the last thing about it that you're going to get, is I'm going to have a little couple samples of Bill Cosby jokes on there too.
Oh my God.
Like I don't know, like in my mind, whenever I was like making it up, I was like, man, this is like my version of like Public Enemy's Detection Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, and it's also Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted, and just you know, just all those hip hop albums that were just so gritty, but they were necessary for the times, and I kind of felt like this was something necessary because like whenever I whenever I hear like a socially conscious rap and stuff today, it's like it's very passive aggressive.
Yeah,
it's not assertive like it used to be.
Like what's his name? Fuck, Macklemore.
Yeah, it's very passive aggressive, and it's very like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is, but I'm also gonna baby you the whole entire time. Yeah. Me, on the other hand, fuck that. I want to go about it like in the most punkish way possible, which is say what the fuck I feel, say it the way I think it. And
good example, the one that just popped in my mind is "Express Yourself" by NWA.
Yeah,
they're like, fuck it, we're gonna lock up for what we're believing, but they weren't like, hey guys, a little slow jam. No, like,
like the concept with the album, and it came with the On Samish. Like at first, On Samish was just me being funny, but it was also like we live in such a victimized. Like today is just everybody's a victim.
I hate our generation, bro.
I don't hate it. I just
I
don't hate it. I just like we victimize ourselves so fucking much to where it's just like
I never let the fact that I grew up very blue collar hold me back from my potential.
Yeah, it's like
this whole podcast, bro. I learned how to do everything.
You know, it's
myself.
You know,
photography, I self-learned.
Yeah.
I went to freaking film school for like a semester. I would have probably stayed the 3 years, but then when I rack up all this student loan debt, but I went there knowing fucking nothing. I bit the bullet, went through all the fear and anxiety, and learned how to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't say, oh well, I wasn't raised around film. Oh,
yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
well,
a lot of people don't want to take that leap, and you know, it's there was something I said to like a friend of mine the other day. We were like, because it goes back to this whole victim mentality thing, and it was just like, I don't understand why people are like this today. And I told him, you know, the reason why a lot of people are like this is because, you know, like we used to have heroes. We killed them all, you know, because you're supposed to kill your heroes at one point. But now we don't have no one trying to be a hero. Right. So now all you got is a bunch of victims to, you know, the nonsense of the world. So, you know, there is no Superman to come and save the day.
Yeah.
And
do you follow Marvel at all?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
are you excited about the Captain Marvel movie?
I actually already went and saw it.
Really? How was it? I've heard
it
pretty bad reviews. I'm not gonna lie.
It wasn't bad. I mean, it was.
I just don't like Brie Larson. She comes across as a fake, smug actress, and in my opinion, she doesn't seem like good example is Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
She seems more like a badass woman. Brie Larson just seems too like dainty and like pretty to be like this badass. Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to be tough.
Oh my goodness.
No, actually, you know what? I
mention she pretty much said she didn't want like her main audience to like comment on the movie.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I don't want white men in their 40s talking about this movie. I'm like, that's the hand that feeds you, darling.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like with Brie, it's you know, she's going her I'm a strong woman feminist route, which is cool, but at the same
don't do it by like stepping on, you know, the heads of the people who are buying the tickets.
Yeah, honestly, like the Captain Marvel movie, like if you don't think about it like it being Brie Larson. You don't think about it as being like a, just like someone that's trying to make like a strong woman movie and stuff like that. It's pretty decent, but you also got to keep in mind, if you're a fan of like the MCU anyway, it's a movie that's a glue for the story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been building up for 11 years.
Yeah, it's a movie that's glued to the next point of the story. It's kind of like Doctor Strange. Like, I enjoyed the movie.
That was a pretty good one.
It was a good one, but it was still glued to the story because for real, Doctor Strange doesn't really have much to do with anything. It's just that one part in Infinity Wars he had something to do with. Yeah. And that was it.
I went and saw that in the Denver theater. I feel like that was Marvel's Inception. Like, it was. Had the inversion effects. It was really like the VFX in that were pretty insane. I kind of got dragged along to honestly Infinity War, but beyond, I don't know. I don't really get lost in superhero movies, but I will say the VFX of Infinity War was just like.
Honestly, man, I feel like this. If you like go through all the Marvel movies and you take out all the filler, because there's a lot of filler in those sequels that they make for some of those characters, you're probably like, I'd imagine like that's like about 2 days worth of watching stuff. If you really take out a lot of that filler in the story, you're probably only going to be watching it for like maybe 10 hours max.
I'd tell you what I'd like to do is go through the Thor movies, because Wooff comes from a Viking ancestry. Yeah. I would just like to see how they portrayed like Norse mythology accurately in that.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know they made other people have made Thor movies I did not even know about until I like turned on Sci-Fi one day, because Thor is like that's not a trademark name. You can't trademark it because it's been around for so long. So technically, if you wanted to make a Thor movie right now, you really could, and no one could stop you.
Oh, I'm sure there'd be all kinds of seedy shit Disney would do via Marvel.
Ah, dude, you'd be surprised on how many, like, I didn't know, like, I knew there was, like, off-brand clothes and, like, off-brand stuff. I did not know they made off-brand versions of movies for stuff that wasn't, like,
dude, like
porn
China,
parodies
like,
and
literally
stuff.
China, they copy everything.
Yeah, oh, dude.
China is so good at, what's that called? Not copying, but I guess counterfeiting, whatever.
Yeah, bootlegging.
Dude, they built Apple stores. They were so convincing that even Apple experts couldn't tell the difference until they went to the iTunes store and it brought up the Google Play Store. Oh, they're that good. They're that advanced.
Oh, yeah, man. They got like a bunch. Like, I found out they have like a counterfeit Suicide Squad movie.
Really?
Yeah, instead of it being like all the DC characters, it's all the bad guys from like fairy tales and stuff, like Brothers Grimm and all that.
Oh my goodness.
So like Rumpelstiltskin's hanging out with, like the big bad wolf and all that. You're just like, what is this? And it's like,
I heard from someone. This is like probably 2013. They said if you want to really be entertained, watch Indian movies.
And
because they're very like. Genre-less there.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be a movie about something, but they'll throw in all these other, like, they'll throw in like a dance scene.
Yeah.
Like a musical, and it's like, it's a superhero movie.
Right. It's like, when did Batman decide to do Broadway?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, show tunes and all that.
I try not to be pretentious about film, but I don't know. I prefer real locations, practical effects.
Yeah.
With like, I don't like overblown CGI. That's, I think anything besides Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy by DC, I mean, dude, like, take for example Aquaman. Even his hair was CGI. It's just like, oh my god, can you put a little more effort into trying to make
they're just trying to compete with Marvel. That's really it.
Yeah.
Honestly, DC's like best, like their films, like where they're best at is really just the like their animated films. Yeah, because if you watch like an animated like Marvel movie, it's so bad. You're like, I don't know if I want to watch this.
I heard the good things about the Into the Spider-Verse. I heard a lot of people like that.
I didn't get to see it. My niece and nephew did, but I didn't get to see it.
I don't know. I just can't. I get why they exist. I just can't.
What?
I guess I grew up in more like independent, like kind of real life character driven movies.
Yeah.
I wasn't really exposed to Well, as a kid, I played outside all the time, so I didn't really grow up on cartoons, so I didn't have that knack for animation. But
see,
if they were just
I was
direct
both.
movie like Christopher Nolan, I think I'd be okay. Because those besides superhero movies, those standalone was like great movies.
Oh yeah,
He's like, hey,
like
let's
this.
put as much real shit in here as possible. We'll enhance like subtle things with CGI.
Yeah.
And that just takes me into the story that much more.
Yeah,
You know.
honestly, it's hard to do that with like comic book films anyway. Like, I mean, you probably could do that with Iron Man, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that really with like Hulk, Thor, maybe Captain America.
Definitely not Hulk.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't know.
a little bit, but not by much.
Do you follow like any VFX pages on Instagram?
I do not.
It'll give you a peek behind the scenes of just how boring these films probably are to film. Because it's like a basic blue or green screen setup, and like
Oh, dude.
it would just like
Honestly, no. The
VFX people work wonders. They are pretty much 98% of the film.
I will say this though, like the worst way to watch a movie that has like a lot of CGI in it, watching HD.
Watching what?
HD.
Really?
Dude, I was watching Thor Ragnarok on Netflix in HD. I could tell that was a green screen.
Really?
I could really you could really tell it wasn't even like a
Like the keying was just off or something.
like whenever like you're watching a film and everything just looks like it's supposed to be there even when you know it's fake.
Yeah.
It's just like you're watching it and it's just like, bro, I know that's a green screen or a blue screen behind you. Come on now. Like you gotta make me believe this is actually happening. Like you watch Scott Pilgrim on in HD versus like watching it regularly without you almost kind of notice like the wires in the background.
Well, I wonder if that has to do with because obviously movies were shot on films.
Yeah.
And just with like the way the film's processed, it gives it like a vignetting and a softness to the movie. I wonder if that's why. Because you've been trained to see like an imperfect image that's shot well,
Yeah.
So when you see like, who knows? It might have a lot to do with a lot of stuff.
I have no clue what it has.
Like the frame rate, the color, all these things to do with your TV. Like,
say like it's when you see something in HD, you could pay attention to so much more detail than what you could like prior, because like you're watching like some of Kevin Smith's early movies like Chasing Amy and like Mallrats and stuff like that. And sometimes when they like you're watching them film it, you literally like if they have like a mirror or like a window, you'll see the camera guy walking with them and everything else, and you're just like. It's like, bro, I see you right there. I see your shadow. I see the dude holding up like the what's the thing you put like noodles into like to drain out like the strainer. Yeah. I see the strainer with the garden hose in the background, man. Come on now. Oh my goodness. You need to quit.
That's what, man. That's Kevin Smith for you, though. He was like,
but I mean,
king of '90s indie movies.
Yeah, he was like he really. Kevin Smith.
Thank God he's still alive, though. He had a heart attack.
Yeah, he did, and he's lost all that weight too. And he's just, I kind of wish he'd do more stuff in like his own little universe that he had again.
Right.
But it's like Clerks.
I feel like he probably could, because Robert Rodriguez just directed Alita: Battle Angel.
Did he?
Oh yeah,
really?
He was the one who directed that.
Huh?
James Cameron produced it, and but yeah, I mean, he probably could do a little more if they were. And he's like a big fan of superhero. I guarantee, just because I feel like directing for 20 years, he could probably direct a pretty good, he could probably superhero movie.
I mean, he probably could like redo some Batman movies and make them better.
Oh yeah,
I could see that. Like Tim Burton, we love you, but Kevin Smith might do it better.
Well, I feel like just because he hasn't really been handed those keys, he'll probably like put his heart and soul into it. Whereas Tim Burton, they said Tim Burton really helped kind of save Disney.
I believe that.
He stepped in and was like, okay, we got to do this and this. And then the whole live action films just took off from there.
Yeah. Honestly, we'll see.
I love Tim Burton. I don't like Disney Tim Burton. Besides Alice in Wonderland, it's just, once again, too much CGI. It's like too fake looking for me.
Yeah.
I like 90s, Edward Scissorhands.
Burton
and
honestly.
Kiwi.
Yeah, just like his whole, like, his goth aesthetic. Can't speak.
Wear my fisherman condom beanie for aesthetic. It doesn't even cover my ears.
Right.
I get it, dude. Just I'll like I won't get on a rant about that. But I get why people wear beanies like that, but it's like those are meant to keep your ears warm.
Like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, see.
It's like one step up from like a yarmulke. Like, you know, the yarmulke covers the back of your head. It's like, oh, I'm gonna cover like a quarter of my head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, man, I'm trying to think. There's so much shit that's
We're
like
talking about Kevin Smith and
we're like Kevin Smith directing like a superhero movie would be pretty dope.
Yeah,
because you already know he's gonna put his heart and soul into it. We already know that. You know who I kind of want to see do something movie wise? Like, I'm kind of like I kind of want to see like what's Rob Zombie been doing?
I have no idea.
I think he was working on something, but I don't know. It might be an album, might be a movie. I'm not sure.
I have no idea. I've actually never seen any of his movies.
Well, I know
I've
you
seen The House of 1,000 Corpses.
I mean, I know he did that Halloween movie like from 10 years ago.
Oh, was it the H20 or whatever that was called? Something like that. I want to see the new Halloween movie. I meant to go see that.
I haven't seen that. There's so many movies I have not seen at all.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
that either.
I've heard good things about Hereditary. I haven't seen. I've heard really good things about A Quiet Place. I really want to watch that.
I have not seen that yet.
I just like, you know, it was Christopher Nolan and Terrence Malick and some other directors that got me into. They're all about how can we visually tell the story and not explain the fucking story with dialogue to the audience. And Terrence Malick and Christopher Nolan do a wonderful job at that. But The Quiet Place, it's that. I mean, you can't talk, so you have to explain with imagery and symbolism.
Yeah, and then you gotta try to make the viewer understand, even if they don't.
It kind of took a page or several pages from Alien, because that, I mean, you'd never really seen Alien or Jaws. They just built it up, and you see the character once or whatever.
Yeah, and it's just like
done it. Oh my god, show me the fucking character. And then when you do, you're so built up. You're just like, oh my god, yes, it's finally here.
Right,
it's so satisfying. I was gonna go a dirty route with that, but I decided to.
It's all good.
Not go that way.
Honestly, we can go to dirty route on a bunch of stuff right now.
Yeah, I was talking about building up, and then I was gonna.
I was like, oh man, you're supposed to climax, man. What the fuck?
Gosh. Oh yeah, they call it edging.
Edging.
You edge yourself and then back off. There's some comedians I listen to.
I went there, and then I said no. I just got scared. Oh my goodness! Honestly,
that is torture.
There's so much. Speaking of that, I feel like I do that sometimes with like some of my aunts and posts.
You edge people?
like I want to say so much, and then I'll just be like, no, I can't do that because
I can't tell you how many times
I've fucking
typed a comment and then deleted. Like I'll type like a paragraph, then I'll just be like.
Yeah, and then you just
delete it.
Yeah, and you just get rid of it because you're just like,
I do subtle things. I'll be like, I'll hit a like.
Say like if I see people arguing on something that I like want to be interested in, but I know like I really can't do that because I don't want to be dragged into this shit. Michael Jackson eating popcorn. Here we go. GIF image.
There you go.
Yeah, and just call it a day so I can just see what's happening.
Be like, oh my god, you're a rape apologist because you shared a meme of him and. The whole Finding Neverland documentary just came out.
Oh, dude, I hate what's going on right now, man.
That's another thing, dude. This new trend of taking dead people and digging up their skeletons and like shaming them, like they're dead, right?
They tried to do the same thing with Stan Lee after he died, like the day after he died.
By the way, what John Wayne said was pretty racist. I'm not gonna lie, and like sexist and whatever. But he died in the 70s, bro. That's.
He was, dude, it was the times. Like, I think racism back then was like buying Nikes. Like, it was just like.
They were like digging up an interview he said in Playboy in the 70s. They were like, how dare he? Like, he's been dead for 40 years. He's literally probably dust now.
If that even.
Yeah.
Unless
Michael Jackson's probably, close. He's probably just a skeleton now.
At this point, yeah, unless they probably put preservatives in them, but it's like, dude, let them rest, man. Who cares now? Like, they ain't here to torture no one if they were. Crazy, I don't even think Mike did anything, actually.
I don't know. You know what? To be honest with you, there's too much shit I worry about in my own life that I don't even want to give it the time of day. If I'm bored, I'll watch a documentary and be like, oh, okay.
Well, so like, I don't know. There's certain people like it's like okay, I could see where they're coming from with that. Like
Right.
like I could sit here and on like both my hands and say, you know, Bill probably did it.
Yeah.
Who else is it?
Bill Cosby.
No, the Harvey Weinstein probably did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could probably I could sit here as like they got the power to do it, so yeah, that possibly they did.
Right.
But at the same time, I gotta also just sit here and say this because they have power.
Right.
Who's to say some of them weren't giving it up anyway, and they're just riding the trend?
I think that approach to Alfred Hitchcock, he was kind of a piece of shit. But I'm like, dude's been dead a long time. I'll just watch his movies and find artistic merit in it, and then I'll move on.
Honestly,
what am I gonna do? Go to England and be like, dig up his grave and see you piece of shit.
It's really hard to call. Like I want to have like a strong opinion on him, but it's just like I wasn't there. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and say you did this because I wasn't there.
You actually wait for the facts, and you don't have a knee-jerk reaction like most people our age.
Oh my goodness, this is
drives me nuts.
Like that's my thing. Like I won't jump the gun on who did what just because like I need the facts.
Yeah.
Like if you don't give me the facts, I'm not going to give you a solid answer or a solid, you know, stand on it. Like okay, if there's video footage of someone murdering someone, it's like oh he's a piece of shit. He actually murdered him. But if you're just saying he murdered someone and there's no evidence say he did it,
right?
You know, it's just like it's like sitting there, telling a woman that you're gonna like impregnate her, but you already got a vasectomy, man. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, you're giving me like nut without nut in it.
Oh my god! I don't know if they put you under for that surgery. I think they just put needles in your scrotum and numb it.
I thought they'd like slice it open or something.
I think they do that, but they have to inject, I think, Novocaine or some type of number in there beforehand.
Ugh, man, that hurts. But yeah, you know, it's that's my thing with it. Like I'm like when it comes to certain movements and stuff like that, I'm so quiet on it. Not because like I don't want to be involved, but at the same time, it's like I see things with it. You know, like I believe. You know, some things work out and it's okay and it can be fine. And then then I just see like some people taking advantage of the fact that they have this power and it makes me not want to fuck with them as much. Did you just fart?
No.
I thought you farted.
No, I said I mean, if you want me to fart, I will.
Oh my god!
You know, it's funny. No, this Your Mom's House podcast. They have a fart mic.
Oh my god!
They like turning the sensitivity up, so if you have to fart, you fart into it. That's hilarious. Yeah, I would love to get to that goofy stage.
It's like, yeah, there we go, fart mic. Yeah.
Howard Stern level of
extra
goofiness.
Funky up in here. Bootsy Collins ain't got shit on me. But yeah, man, when it comes to like certain movements and stuff like that, and I just you could watch. Like literally throughout history, you could watch like a movement or a nation or something like change its whole entire integrity because who's in charge or who has its power. And it's just like, I have a hard time going with movements because of that, because I know that people's agendas change.
Right.
So like here's an example on Smish, because I kept hashtagging it and people thought it was becoming a culture thing.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I'm going to let you all know this now. On Samish is not really a culture. It's not a movement or anything like that. That is literally my version of Trump's campaign. It's
oh, that's hilarious.
Like I will
on Samish 2020.
Yeah, on Samish 2020. Yeah, I'm running for president. No, it was literally like I looked at like. On Samish was my version of his campaign. I looked at it for two things. Sorry, doing that.
Do the low hand movements.
It's like I'm just gonna let you all know right now. This is what it was.
Listen here, everyone. You're all a bunch of raggedy bitches.
Yeah, and I would know because like I'm an expert on I know everything there is to know about raggedy bitches.
I had sex with what's her name? Dan or Stormy Daniels.
Oh my
She
god,
is the raggediest of the bitches.
Yeah, but it's like it's my version of Trump's campaign, and it was like I just looked at like how like Trump went about stuff. Another thing too, if people are listening, like I said earlier, I don't go with politics, so I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm just a man who likes to observe the world around him. Yeah. I looked at like how he was handling his campaign and how many people were going along with it, and it was just like the outlandish shit he was saying.
Right.
And I was just like thinking like, hold on a second, wait a minute.
Right.
hold up, on some ish, say something that sounds I'll say some things that are true.
Yeah.
But I'll make it sound so fucking dumb and outlandish to motherfuckers that they're just like, yeah, fuck yeah, man, you know, and it's just like
They usually say some stuff about like cuckolding and
they
cheating.
Yeah. And they'll go for it.
Oh yeah.
And they'll go for it. And
Probably the reason why you haven't got flagged is because you're not specifically going at someone. You're just saying a general statement. Like
I mean, that was.
And you're not really attacking like.
I'm not.
Facebook really flags people for. You're not attacking like a religion or
I'm attacking people's personal interests.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you can't really flag me for attacking your personal interests, but because you go after their personal interests, they get more offended that way, and I don't understand it. And it's like that's what
you're calling out what they probably know they need to change anyways.
Yeah, and it's just like
public humiliation. Not really. It's not.
There's no one I'm humiliating. Yeah. It's like you're humiliating yourself getting mad about it because you know that's what's wrong with you. Right. But honestly, it was just my version of Trump's campaign, and I figured, since I'm rapping it, I need to get on my ratchet shit anyway because that's what's trending right now in hip hop is being kind of like dumb as fuck a little bit and just being a troll overall. Let me use this to make you all laugh. Let me use this to gain your support, and let me use this so you all can listen to my mixtape, you raggedy bitches.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, so
you actually have like a sense of style, like some of these rappers now. I don't get it.
Honestly,
like, I can wear a size medium, but let me throw on a size XL sweatshirt with like 1970s basketball shorts.
Oh no,
with like neon green shoes. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh my god, like what are you doing?
Like seriously, like circa 2007 Soulja Boy is like fashionable now.
Again.
What's that?
Again?
Yeah, bro.
It is. Oh my god.
Yeah, like Billie Eilish and all these rappers who just wear like way too big of clothes.
Just stop.
I mean, they won't wear like fitted hats and like the ridiculously big glasses anymore.
Oh no, we don't need that. No.
From the neck down.
Nah, I ain't trying to go. From
shoulders down, it's
on girls. That's fine. On dudes, like just on anybody, just wear stuff that fits and is comfortable for you, for real. But at the same time, don't. There's certain things that don't need to come back. Then there's certain things I like to bring back just because I like it, because I'm in that aesthetic.
I really liked, I don't say it's really like a style.
Yeah,
I really liked J. Cole and 21 Savage on the song a lot. Mm-hmm. They were just like in this dapper suit and ties. I'm like, this is dope.
A lot.
Oh my gosh.
We're hanging out at Hogwarts a lot.
Yeah, Sir 21 Savage.
Sir. Oh, that was just so bad.
Oh my god.
That was so bad. But yeah. You I don't know, man. When it comes,
he technically is though from Atlanta because like he moved to the United States when he was 10 or 11.
Yeah. So I mean,
he's still kind of a boy then.
Yeah. So
his adolescence was raised in Decatur, Georgia. So. I would say he's
not.
He can represent Georgia.
He can, honestly. He can represent both. I mean, like, I'm initially from Springfield, Illinois.
Okay.
That was like the first 9.
I've never been, bro. How is Springfield? I'm not gonna lie. This is just what I see from the train station. It looks like kind of like just dirty as hell. Kind of like depressing.
In most, just yes, just yes. It's like, so is Springfield nice? Yes. Is it bad? Yes.
Okay.
It just all of it, just yes.
Gotcha.
It's Springfield. Like whenever I was there, like Springfield seemed pretty nice though.
Gotcha.
But then again, I was, I'm looking at it from the perspective of a 9-year-old boy. So I don't know if it was that bad. I know there were some hard parts there, and there still is. But
I wish they would have made the capital here in Alton, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of
we got more natural beauty here to offer than Springfield.
Springfield's just bigger, but I mean, like honestly, you go there from here, like you kind of get a little piece of every little small town in Illinois and Chicago too. So it's you're really getting everything, and then when you get to Chicago, you get everything again.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's because I went up there to see my cousin because he lives up there, and it's literally, it feels like there's certain parts there that's just like, wow, this is like Alton. Then there's like, wow, this is like Springfield.
Right.
And wow, this is like Granite City.
Right.
Wow, this is like, Joliet. This is like Champaign. Wow, this is like you just get a little bit of everything there, and Springfield's the same way.
It's a good sized city because I can still be kind of wowed and like in wonder of all the beautiful architecture, but
Springfield is it's its own monster.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about Chicago.
Oh,
my bad.
That too, but
sorry.
like Springfield's its own monster. Chicago is its own monster too. Like
it's beautiful in the summer, man. You feel like you're not even in Illinois.
Yeah, it's like Chicago is it's its own country at this point. It's its own country.
Much, I mean, honestly,
it's its own state and country. It's just in Illinois, but it's its own place.
It could probably honestly. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if it could last on its own.
What's that?
Like well, if we were to split it, have like Springfield up be Northern Illinois, I don't know. If they had to take on all the debt that they've created, I don't know if they could. I don't know if they could last.
Honestly, sure. Like I don't know. Chicago's like. Here goes the crazy part about Chicago. Like a lot of people think it's like super dangerous, and like there's certain parts that are, but it's like. Unless you're looking for it, you're not gonna find it.
It's like St. Louis, bro.
Yeah. Like
when people feel it. I hate when people say this because I'm sentimental about both cities. Just because I love Chicago, it's beautiful. But St. Louis is like kind of like my home city. Yeah, you're right about that. But also, it's usually gang related, and it's usually isolated to like small parts. Yeah. People think like you go to Chicago and bullets are flying everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's not like no, it's not.
No, you go to downtown near the Riverwalk or like Magnificent Mile. It's very affluent. You're not going to see drive-bys, bro.
No, it is not.
Southside Chicago is literally like half an hour by train away. It's really far away.
And that's where my cousin lives at, and he's like, bro. I live on the south side. Yeah, there's bullshit out here, but you literally got to go to it, and you really got to be going at it with some other motherfucker for it to even be a factor. Right. Otherwise, nobody just gonna be doing shit just to do
New
shit.
York, bro. Like you got to go into the heart of the Bronx and start some shit.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't just like it's not just gonna come to you. Like it might if you're they catch you lacking and they need some money real quick, but it's not gonna get that serious unless you for real know this motherfucker like that. And it's rare that happens. So that's what a lot of people tell me.
By the way, I never got begged for money once in New York. Every time I go to Chicago, someone fucking asks me for money. Can't stand that. I have sympathy, but at the same time, I know. For example, I know they got money because, for example, I saw one guy who was asking for money on like the bridges over the Chicago River, and then I happened to be behind him at CVS because I was getting like a water for the train ride back home. Yeah. This dude pulls out a wad of cash. I'm like, that's why. Yeah, I'm not giving you money because you got more cash on me right now. Yeah, on you right now than I probably.
Honestly,
maybe have my bank account.
Honestly, it was like the saddest thing. It's like we're all the way in Alton and shit, and it's just we got like a lot of meth heads and just extra shit over here. You go up to Springfield and you see a crackhead down the street, just hanging out downtown, and you're like, oh my god, I only see one of y'all like maybe every once in a while around where I live at, but. You all are just in a cluster right here. Like, what would it do, homie? Right. Yeah, be like, man, you got 10 cents, man.
Yeah, there's some people that come in here like that. And I don't know.
Actually,
I don't carry cash on me, but I'll be like, hey, you want something to drink? I'll pay for it. And that usually sends them off.
You want to know how you know you're talking to a crackhead? It's like whenever they come up to you and they just like, excuse me. They don't even say excuse me. No, they say excuse me.
Like there's one woman come here and she seems there in some way, but she's always got a fucking story. She's always got to get money so she can go to like this homeless shelter. I'm like, I don't have money on me. I literally don't.
It's hard. It's hard because you never know who's actually needs it and who's like they're just spending it on drugs. It's like, bro, you need to quit your habit.
This guy's called the Hater Hobo. He's from Arkansas, but he lives in New York City.
What the fuck?
But he kind of talks about how like a lot of this, he's like 90% of these people that say homeless vet, they're not veterans, and the ones that do, they'll put their I guess their service card on the cardboard. But yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, they're faking
there's so many scams. Someone around here got scammed the other day. The guy claimed he was deaf. Like handed you like a
like how was he talking?
He wasn't. He was like he didn't use any sign language. But he was like, here's a deaf booklet thing, and like basically give me money.
See, I
got paid, and then he did like a sign that said thank you. I'm just like I told this person, I'm like, you just got played.
Oh man, honestly, like if someone's like deaf for real, like, and they try to talk, it's gonna,
right.
you know, and it's just like, okay, if you had done that, I might have believed you, but
Right.
But if you're like not talking, like unless you're like elderly,
I don't think this person was deaf. I think they found out. I'll give them this. They came up with a clever way to get money out of people. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm, you know what? If you're good at scamming people, like,
oh yeah,
that's your bread and butter. Like,
for example, when I was in Chicago, there was like a Buddhist monk or whatever, and they're like, peace, peace, and they hand me these beads, and then they're like, oh, sign your name, I guess, for like to give someone a peace offering. And at the very bottom it said donation amount. I was like, oh, here you go, thank you. But yeah, dude, they're
people be scamming.
Man, they're out there.
Yeah, people be scamming, man. It's the easiest way to rob somebody without having to pull a gun out on them. So yeah.
Well, most people are so afraid of conflict, they'll just cave.
Yeah,
they'll go after those people. They're probably so good they can spot that person.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Some people are like they want to stay away from conflict. I'm that way, but at the same time, like, nigga, if we gotta get it on and popping, my guy, let's get it on and popping, my guy, you know.
Right.
But otherwise, you know, it's just like, bruh, like, I don't know. It's just like I'm light skinned, so I mean, like, if I can kind of convince myself I speak Spanish a little bit, maybe I can get up out of it. Like,
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, just be like, I speak no English, you know, and just walk off. And then,
I mean, there's a lot of Dominican Republican and Puerto Rican people. Look,
no, actually, I did this to somebody one time.
Cuban?
No, I did this to someone one time. This was bogus as hell. Like, somebody was asking me for something, and I just looked at them and I said, "Boku wa kamida," and I walked off. And they were like, oh, "What? What does that mean? What does that even mean?" And I just walked.
Be like some African language.
No, it was Japanese.
Oh, my bad. I was like, I heard
"Boku wa kamida," and I'd walk off, and they'd be like, "What does that even mean?"
I grew up in Kyoto.
They just
stereotypical.
No, and they were just like, "What does that even mean?" And like one of my friends who's like, he's half Japanese, like his mom is Japanese, his dad's white. He's just like, why the hell did you just
know a girl like that? She's half Japanese, half Scottish.
He comes up to me and he's just like, why the hell did you just tell him I am God and walk off?
No, you said that?
Yes, I really did. I am God, and I walked off in Japanese. They were just like, what does that even mean?
Have you ever been to Japan?
I have not. I want to.
I really want to, yeah.
I really want to go.
Even if it's, I've told people this, even if it's like a fake, like, because they're very proper there, even if it's fake, I like that.
Honestly,
I want to go where people even if they're nice and they don't like me, they're still being nice, and I feel welcome and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I kind of New York. I went to New York by myself, and that was kind of a challenge. I want like Tokyo is like the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
How many like 20 million people live in that city? It's insane.
Not to mention, it's like you're also around people who don't even speak probably a lick of your own language. So yeah, that is like.
But I feel like because it's such a touristy city, they're probably pretty accommodating to English.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't want to learn like basic Japanese. So
yeah, honestly, they say it's really easy, but it's like it's your pronunciations. Like I know, like certain letters make different sounds than what you would think. Like a L sound makes an R sound, an R sound makes a D sound, and then a D is just the D. You know?
Huh? Yeah, it's very phonetic.
Yeah, like if you ever like watch anime in like Japanese.
I kind of did in 2016 because I had a couple roommates that were Crunchyroll members.
Okay. See, me, I was bootlegging that shit. I was bootlegging that shit.
Yeah, you know it's funny. You're probably gonna make fun of me, but my roommate, who's from Alaska, not that it has any relevance, but he had the theme song to Evangelion.
Oh, really?
I was like, bro, what is that Goku song you're listening to? Because it was like,
no. Yeah.
And he just started laughing. He was like, that's not a Goku song. It's a anime called Evangelion.
Yeah.
It's like his favorite one.
Yeah. Honestly, let's see, what is it like? We were talking about the pronunciations.
It sounded like Mayan Goku. I'm like, what is Mayan Goku? What the hell is this song talking about?
What the hell? It's like, it's the wrong song. I'm an anime. I'm a nerd in that respect. I know what you're trying to get at, but it's not it. No, you listen to like Japanese people talk like if you ever watch like Naruto in like Japanese, like they don't say Naruto. They're like Naruto. Yeah, with a D in there. And you're like, where'd that D come from? Like, Uzumaki Naruto. And you're like, Where did D come from? There's an R there. It's like, oh no, the R makes a D sound.
I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of this when I was over at a Jewish friend of mine's house in Denver. He showed me One Punch Man.
Oh man,
I like that just because they were making fun of how like everything that you see in the anime, like the what is that called? The shot where like it looks like the world's zooming by them and they're like really angry.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and he's just like brushing his teeth. It's just like such a dramatic
like,
shot for non-dramatic.
You know, just looking over like it's like, what is this? No, I love that show just because it's like it's literally he's just so fucking bored. He's like the most powerful person, but he's so bored with it. He's just like, man, I don't have a challenge, man. This shit sucks.
Now, do you notice this a lot? Do you feel like a lot of what anime has like a theme is just like robot porn? Like they're obsessed with robots in a lot of
It's not even robots. It's like tentacles, I thought.
Okay.
No, it's like for some odd reason, it's like there's common themes you see in almost every anime. There's a giant robot somewhere. Always there's a nuclear level explosion somewhere. Every single time someone knows fucking martial arts of some magnitude or something. There's always a girl that has like a big tits, and there's always like that pervy old man, and there's always like that cute young girl who's flat chested, and they're all like, and it's like for some odd reason the flat chested one is like the main love interest, but no one cares about her at all. And then what is it like? Someone's always eating like ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles.
It happens in almost every.
I've
anime.
actually eaten at like an authentic ramen place. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you're okay with hearing people slurping.
Well, with like the udon noodles and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
they throw the boiled egg in there. And whatnot.
Yeah, it's the same thing in every anime. The only time they didn't do that no, they had one stereotype in this, and this was in Death Note. They had like the giant like nuclear explosion type thing happen, but other than
or in
that,
Akira, whenever the explosion's so huge it creates a new Big Bang.
Pretty much.
I had to read up on that movie after I watched it. I was so
like
confused.
read like the comics and stuff.
No, when I watched the movie, I didn't understand the ending at all. I had to read into it. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Honestly, like you watch like the Akira movie and then you like read the comics.
Yeah,
it's it's basically the same story but told completely differently. It's like if you ever see like Full Metal Alchemist and you watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, like you're reading the comic book version in Brotherhood, and then you're reading like a whole other version in the original series. So
yeah, the only Full Metal thing I've watched is Full Metal Jacket.
I've seen that too.
Oh, Kubrick.
Yeah,
my favorite director. Probably one of my. He's either tied for first or second.
Yeah,
Scorsese is probably number 1 for me.
So, favorite director. I have to say Tarantino.
Are you looking forward to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Ah, man.
I think it's going to be a killer movie.
I have not heard anything about it.
Oh, so it's about the Charles Manson murders.
Okay.
But it's got Leo DiCaprio. It's got Brad Pitt. It's got all like Margot Robbie.
So like basically all the major hard hitters from the 90s plus some new hard hitters.
Tim Roth's in there, like the usual Tarantino characters are in there, plus like mega stars.
Yeah, okay.
And it's a period piece, which Tarantino I feel like does very well.
He's been doing that a lot recently. Like, I mean, like what was it?
I mean, his last 3 movies, or the last 2 were period pieces.
Let's say there was I don't know why I was thinking of Django. Django was one, and then it was Inglourious Bastards was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then Hateful Eight.
One of the most satisfying scenes I've ever watched. The theater scene. When they burn the Nazis.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
They unload a magazine into Hitler's face.
Yeah. Nah, my favorite scene in that whole entire movie was like probably when like they were talking about like the bear Jew and they were like bashing that dude.
Yeah,
and then you hear his voice after he didn't beat this dude's skull in, and you're just like, yeah, man, like why do you sound like Mike Tyson, bro?
I'm glad. I don't know. I think certain shots it's good that they cut to those.
Yeah.
One of them was whenever they panned away from the guy getting his ear cut off in Tarantino's first movie.
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
But then they cut to a far away shot or like a wide shot whenever he gets hit in the head.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I almost feel like it's kind of what you wanted, but also it's obvious he's going to get his head bashed in. So like, there's really no need to do a close-up shot of the bat hitting the person's head. Then you have to worry about like, oh, we have to have blood squirting. No, just cut back.
Yeah.
I liked how they showed it though. They showed the bat hitting the head and like the dust coming off his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene's brutal.
Dude.
Eli Roth too. Does Eli Roth the gruesome director?
Honestly, you know, it's like I feel like this is like a sad way for me to get into Quentin Tarantino's movies. It was literally Kill Bill that got me in.
No, that's a great movie.
It's a great movie, but it's like I feel like it was like if I had to saw
Everyone
Pulp
says
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction's good, but I feel like it's really kind of overrated.
Shit, a lot of his movies are like the one that's like, you know, it's like the most underrated.
In its context, it was really good because movies weren't shown with a non-linear storyline like that. But I don't think it's his best work.
No, probably
People
not.
are like, oh my god, you haven't seen Pulp Fiction? Because I said that back in 2012. I'm like, Django Unchained is literally the best.
Yeah,
Tarantino movie.
honestly, the most
you haven't seen Pulp Fiction? Like
underrated. Like I'd probably have to say like Jackie Brown was.
It
was kind of underrated.
Yeah, it was underrated.
Reservoir Dogs
didn't do anything for me.
Honestly, Reservoir Dogs, like I feel like it's overrated and underrated too, because like I think people forget that's there.
I like how simple it is.
Yeah,
it's very minimal locations.
Yeah,
instead of like whenever Michael Madsen goes out to the car to get the I forget, he goes out to get something to cut like the guys.
Honestly,
it's a tracking shot. There's
like you know his character is like John Travolta's character's brother, right?
Yeah. Oh god.
They were the Vegas brother.
Yeah, that's what was cool about Tarantino. Everything's in like a
one thing.
But I don't know. I don't know.
But like honestly, you know what the craziest thing was Django Unchained. That's connected to Shaft.
What?
Yeah,
Samuel Jackson.
Yes.
Wait,
like the original Shaft and that, because that's all in the same. Yeah.
Wait, is it the movie that Tarantino thinks Shaft would like to watch?
No. That's Shaft's ancestor is Django. Because you got to remember his wife's name was like Von Shaft.
What?
See, blew your mind.
Oh, I love the way he dies in that movie too. You son of a! And the house just explodes.
That's all. Yep.
Oh, I love how he's just like classic spaghetti western too. Somebody he gets shot with a pistol and the woman goes flying across her room. I just love how ridiculous it is.
Bye, Miss Laura. Bow.
I want the sound effects too. How when he cocks back his gun, it does like this weird like
yeah.
And then he shoots him. I don't know. I just love like
honestly, like he actually made me like realize how dope spaghetti westerns actually like their soundtracks and how they can go to almost any action genre.
Have you seen any of the Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns?
I did not.
So it's called I think it's called the Dollars Trilogy or the Man with No Name Trilogy.
With like Clint Eastwood,
classic.
Yeah, Fistful of Dollars.
If it weren't for Sergio Leone and Bernardo Bertolucci with Once Upon a Time in the West, Tarantino wouldn't have been able to make Django.
Honestly, they're like who else is there? Like some of the like the people who did the scores. Like I forgot.
Ennio Morricone.
Oh, I love his work.
He did the score for
he's done
Hateful Eight.
He's done that. He's done The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yeah,
I want to say like what were some other ones?
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work. Like honestly, like you've heard of Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood, right?
Yeah.
If you listen to that, like they actually said that was like a hip hop take on one of his tracks, pretty much. Yeah, because if you like listen to
a little whistle in there,
like even how they play the piano in it, it's
right.
Yeah, it's that's where they got the homage for that from, and I was like, that is brilliant right there. But yeah,
I'm really bummed about it. I wish I would have had persistence and followed through with it. Before the Chill Bill song came out, I was making a beat with that sample in it.
Same here.
Really?
Yes, I was. I actually have my laptop on me. I don't have that sample on that
Bastard
laptop.
Beat us to it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I made that beat Like I made a beat like that in like 2013.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I made a beat with that same sample before that in
now,
2010.
Did you have to like speed it up and
I had to cut it
it's
weirdly.
kind of slow. It's a slow sample.
It's a weird sample.
Yeah,
because it's like since it's you can definitely tell people who recorded stuff live versus people who record stuff after the fact.
Right.
Because like. You look at like the measurements on it, like the time signatures on it. It's just like this is so off time, but you can't notice it because it's a small imperfection. But
I guess with my quasi trained ear, Chill Bill seemed a little bit dragging.
It's
like the beat was dragging just a little bit behind.
Oh, dude, there's so many things that like you like.
I wonder if he made money off of that movie because that's a popular song.
What?
I mean, if he cleared it, with
actually, you can actually you can clear samples easier now. I've learned.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do that.
There's actually a website, and it's like basically I guess what is it, like a bunch of like record companies, like the big 4 or 3 or whatever it's called. Yeah, they all just kind of came together and said, okay, if there's any samples that people want to clear, you can just do it on this website real quick, and you just got to.
I know how to do that with movies. It's called Swank.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What's
the website?
I forgot. I'd have to look it back up.
I thought you had to like email like the freaking.
No. All you got to do is just pay for it, and then you have it cleared already, and you just got to make sure you have like your writer's rights and just that type of stuff, and it's fine.
Yeah, you really got to be diligent with that.
Honestly, there's like there's songs that like I have out that people don't even realize I sampled something for because I've done it so.
Really.
Like you got to think I started off sampling whenever I like started making music, so after a while you got to like come up with like new ways to invent the wheel with a sample so that it sounds doper than the original or like so away from the original. So yeah, it's like there's different times like, okay, I'll take a sample, we hear how it is just normally, then I will play it out normal. Then this is something I got from Clans Casino, if you know who that is. Like he did all the beats for like ASAP Rocky. Yeah, he said he'd take one sample and he'd do it like 4 different times in different ways. I was like, let me try that.
Oh yeah.
So I took like I took a song off of one of Adult Swim shows, right? I took it, I flipped it like 3 different times. I have one version of it that I actually like recorded over, and it's not up right now, but like it will be. And then I did like another one where it just played out normally, and it's like, okay, people recognize it like that. And I played it in reverse, and then I like put like filters and all this other stuff, and I cut it up in different areas and then rearranged it. Couldn't even tell.
Wow.
Oh no, dude!
The reversal thing reminds me of going back to Kubrick. It's a haunting song. It's from Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
It's a song where he enters the mansion and sees like this occult ritual happening.
Oh, dude!
They took opera singing, put it backwards, and they add like strings and cello and stuff.
Oh my god, dude!
Have you seen that movie?
I have not seen that.
It's my favorite Kubrick movie.
I will tell you.
I think it was him showing the world what he knew about what you're finding about Hollywood now, about all these like sexual things, and
allegations,
like, occultic type like dealings.
It's Holly weird, man.
Ugh.
Holly weird. Holly weird.
I just want to direct movies because I love the
shit. I mean, like,
I love this art that's known as cinema. But hopefully, I want nothing to do with Hollywood. And hopefully, just like music, and books, like you can publish a movie to the masses without
having to sell your soul to being into that. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's why I appreciate like some of the indie scenes and stuff like that. Yeah. But I mean, like, like the public knows you don't need a record deal. You don't need a publisher. Oh, no. It's getting there with movies, but like they're on their fucking dying. I mean, it's still wise to have a, like, if you don't need like an official publisher, but if you can make your own publishing name, just do that instead.
You got to let them know that you have the power now. Cause they'll take you for almost everything.
It kills me how people don't see it. Like, I was having this conversation earlier with someone on my Facebook. We were talking about like older people trying to be young and stuff like that, and like not growing up in the mind and stuff like this. I had like an argument a long time ago with like this 60-something-year-old woman, because I was like telling her I wanted to like do music and stuff like that, and I didn't give a fuck about a Grammy. She told me I was crazy. You want to do that? You want to be in all that shit? And I'm like thinking to myself, like, woman, it's the 2010s. This is not the fucking 80s anymore. Yeah. This is not the 70s. No one gives a fuck no more. Like,
you don't have to do coke off a vinyl record, you know?
Yeah. You don't have to go
a producer that
you don't have to go to fucking Hollywood to be a star any fucking more. All you got to do is just be a troll with a video camera on fucking Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, and you're fucking there.
Right.
It's like, do you know how many people got famous overnight because of like their little stupid videos they put out on Vine?
I know he's not like a huge hip hop star, but I Am Mackinnon or whatever his name is. I Am Mannequin.
McConan.
McConan?
Yeah, I love.
He made the Tuesday song in his basement. Posts on SoundCloud, and Drake's like, "Hey, let me hop on this."
Yeah, and then his career faded away. Thanos snapped his fingers.
Oh my gosh! Which, by the way, people are like going back to Marvel. People are like, Captain Marvel better not be the only one who like kills Thanos. It better be like a team effort. The main reason they were saying it's not because she's like a woman. They've built up Marvel with all these characters for 11 years. You can't have this person that comes at the last minute and kills the person by herself. I don't know.
I'd be okay with like say if Captain Marvel killed Thanos and then became the main villain all of a sudden. Now that I would be a little bit like, piquing my interest. I see.
I don't know. What's your view? Obviously, killing half they're
in the Soul Stone
universe.
Yeah, it was half the universe. They're in the Soul
What's your
Stone.
view on Thanos? Like, because in his mind, it's justified, and he thinks he's trying to
it's
like make it like better for future generations, but still he did a horrible thing by killing half.
Honestly, I mean it's hard to hate villains nowadays in movies, and Thanos is one of those characters because like
when you show with Gamora, I think is her name.
Yeah, Gamora.
He feels like he's like justifying this, and he's not just a heartless like monster.
No. Honestly, Thanos in the movies versus like Thanos in the comics, two completely different characters.
Really?
Yeah, Thanos in the comics, he's like the only like he does the same thing. He's like trying to wipe out half the universe, but it's not for the same reasons. He's
just a psycho, I guess.
No, he's literally in love with like the physical embodiment of death, which is like I think like Mistress Death. Wow. I'm like, for comic book fans, this is like nothing new, so I'm not really spoiling anything. But yeah, he literally was doing that to impress her, and of course, like any asshole who's trying to impress a girl, what does a girl do? Meh, don't care. What fucking kills it though? I think it's Mistress Death.
Yeah,
she's in love with Deadpool.
Oh, what?
Right.
With Deadpool? Oh.
Yeah, with Deadpool. She's in love with Deadpool. And Thanos is just like, so you're gonna, so I wipe out half the fucking universe for you to be in love with some guy that can't even fucking die.
I know Deadpool's kind of like standalone and kind of like he's the more adult version of. I wonder why he hasn't had any role to play in the.
Well, it's owned by Fox. He's owned by Fox. That's why he's not in the MCU. That's
okay.
Yeah, they actually, I think they said Fox had like a deal with Marvel over at Disney, and they said like you cannot mention or reference anything from our fucking movies at all. And if you notice after Deadpool 2, he was making a bunch of MCU like jokes nonstop the whole entire time. And there is no third Deadpool movie that we know of. Because they said, you're breaking our contract agreement. You cannot mention us ever. Oh, and he was just like, oh, Winter Soldier, what are you going to do? And
if only these people in suits and ties realize that like he's like a troll and it's like meme culture, and that doing that will actually help their sales.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like, we're too worried about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I mean, like Deadpool's not exactly like he's not like child friendly like everybody else in the MCU. He was literally had the movie he needed, which was
like
rated
Joe
R.
Rogan was talking about on his podcast. A lot of these people, they just have to justify their deaths.
Yeah.
So they gotta act all outraged,
honestly,
all professional about these things. It's like, do you really actually care?
Honestly, it's weird though. Like it's just bad guys are just so hard to hate nowadays. Like Thanos, I can't hate him. Like on one hand, I could sit here and be like, it's justifiable. It's population control, and I get why you're doing it. You know, don't want too many fucking people, and then you have like more opportunities because there's less people. But at the same time, you just killed off half the fucking universe just to make those opportunities.
Yeah. So how did you interpret the end of Infinity War? Like was he in like heaven or something? Or
like whenever he was like he saw like Gamora as a child and stuff like that.
What was the end after he snapped, and then it's like the last shot of the movie. He's in like this like green valley, like heavenly looking place.
Oh yeah, he said he was after he got done, he was just gonna relax on a farm.
So you think he killed himself in that snap?
No, he didn't kill himself. He just
what am I talking about?
He just snapped, killed everybody else off. I'm gonna go over here and just chill and not do anything, and I'm just live out my days like this. Fuck it, I've done my work. He said I already had my retirement plan already set.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he'll definitely be back.
See, I got dragged. I mean, I wanted to hang out with a couple of friends, but I had no intention of watching the movie in the theater. So since I watched it, I'm gonna have to watch the end.
Yeah, the end
but
game.
also because I really like Iron Man.
Yeah,
and I'll eventually watch Thor's. So
Thor movies are kind of
lame, maybe.
I wouldn't say they're lame. They're just they're not really the bread and butter of like the MCU. Gotcha. Like honestly, it kind of feels like it's either Captain America or Iron Man is really the bread and butter of the MCU. Yeah. Like everybody else is just like, you might like this, you might not. I don't know. Like I was shocked like whenever I first saw Guardians of the Galaxy. I was shocked I actually liked it because I was like, who the fuck are they?
There's another thing of like digging up old people's past and like this fake outrage culture.
Dude,
like I'm not saying. I mean,
victim
what
culture.
He said was pretty risque. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
James Gunn.
No.
Like talking about like it was kind of like shock humor. That was 13 years ago that he said that. And at Disney caved to pub PR, and they're like, "Oh, you're not going to direct the third Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy."
Yeah, it's so hard right now with everything going on. It's like, it's seriously, we have victim culture now. Like,
dude, I would just go the Christopher Nolan route. They said he doesn't even have email. He's totally unplugged. I don't know how he operates in Hollywood with that. I guess just because he
must move like a drug lord. It's like, you got to see me.
I guess
you got to see me.
I mean, he was kind of there before like the internet and smartphone era came out. So he's already got his foothold in there. But
you got to see me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Menacing him. We'll find him. You know, they got to be like that.
Boy, speaking of villains, his movies specifically, The Dark Knight Rises. Going back to villains. I can't hate them. In fact,
I can't either.
Just because I've seen them so many times, I'll just fast forward to the scenes with the Joker, Batman, and Bane and Batman.
Yeah, like honestly, Joker was just for the time being, because I mean, like every decade has its own like its favorite bad guy at the time, and like definitely for like a good portion of like the years, you know, like Heath Ledger's Joker was the perfect bad guy. Then Thanos came and was like, "Oh, okay, I'm here now, so you can just disappear, you know, and we'll forget like you happened."
You know, I don't know. Do you think they could have done like a real person as Thanos?
I think they were trying to.
Okay,
because it was just like it's like
they could have had The Rock be Thanos.
Oh no!
I mean, he's just as big as Thanos.
Yeah, he is. Honestly. Josh Brolin playing Thanos was I think it worked out. What killed me was the fact he was doing that and playing Cable in Deadpool 2.
Oh,
yeah. He played two bad guys in 1 year.
Well, I tell you what
it was like so hard watching Deadpool 2 without like hearing like Thanos' voice in Cable. I was like, why?
Then you're gonna watch No Country for Old Men and think of Thanos too.
Oh my god,
dude, that's a great movie. Oh my goodness.
Honestly,
Javier Bardem is one of the best villain actors I've ever seen.
It's so hard to hate him right now.
Oh yeah,
it really is. Like it's.
Well, I mean, him as what's his name in Bond and Skyfall. He was great as that.
I forgot his name in that because I went to go see that.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, like his little fake like jaw thing they had. I was like, whoa.
He took because he had a bit of cyanide pill. And took out like his teeth and his jaw. Yeah, it was great. And then him as what is his name? The villain in No Country for Old Men. Terrifying. Like that scene alone where he's in the gas station and he flips the coin. That's more intense than most like horror movies. or suspense movies you can watch.
It's
the camera just sits there. There's no cuts. There's no music buildup. It's just him intimidating the shit out of this old man. Oh,
honestly,
so
I don't know. I kind of feel like Bane was let down in comparison to the Joker.
oh no, I agree.
He
was great, but Joker was just so damn good. It's hard to follow that up.
Yeah, really
I actually thought it was Sean Connery at first.
Oh, the way he was talking.
I was like, Sean Connery, is he in this movie? And then they pulled it off. I'm like, who is that? Because I didn't even know.
Then you have my permission to die. Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a letdown. Honestly, it's like, kind of makes me wonder if they do another Avengers movie after like Endgame. You have to pull out heavy hitters now because
So
you
are
can
there
pull
any
that.
theories? Are they going to take like a 5-year hiatus after
I don't think
this,
so.
or?
I think some of the characters might be retiring, but I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard some people say this. They're probably going to take more of their newer ones and run with those, like Black Panther,
Yeah, and
Captain Marvel.
then Spider-Man and
Yeah.
maybe the Guardians of the Galaxy, but then again, I don't know because it kind of feels like Guardians 3 was like pretty much Infinity War.
They ought to take a little bit of hiatus just to make it final. Just
Yeah.
give the Marvel universe a time to breathe just a little bit.
And honestly, like I don't even know who else. Like the only thing bigger than Thanos, like not just in size, but in like threat level wise, would probably have to be like Galactus.
I never heard.
He's like you like, if you ever like see any of the old like read any of the old comics or any like see the old like cartoons and stuff like that. Galactus was like it's like a big dude who was like wearing like a purple armor with like a blue shirt and like pants set with it, and he was like a planet eater and stuff, but he looked like a person. Like that's the only thing.
It's like the Death Star, but on a person.
Yeah, but like the size of like maybe like a whole galaxy. But he would eat planets and shit, and like Thanos had like beef with him. He was like, "Man, fuck you, man. I got this. Fuck you, Galactus. I'm the shit with this glove, homie."
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just trying to pick apart this movie. Those little alien-looking things at the beginning of Infinity War, were those just like Thanos,
Yeah, it was
hitmen or something?
It was henchmen, pretty much. Yeah, it was,
That's what I thought.
you can't be a bad guy without henchmen. Can't be a real one. you gotta have your little people who whack people with you. It's like, you want to be swimming? No, imagine Thanos just being like, when I snap my finger saying, yeah, you're all gonna be swimming with the fishes. Yeah. Yeah, see.
Oh my god, what is that from?
Like a Dave Chappelle pretend to be a bad guy from the 40s. Yeah, see. I snap my finger, see, and you all gonna turn into dust, see, like, yeah.
I knew I heard that before.
I was watching that before, like right before I got here. I was like,
was that Killing Him Softly?
Yes.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, that was a good stand up.
I don't know. I know he's like grown up and he's a little more chill, but I
kind of missed old Dave.
yeah.
I mean,
it's funny, but it
ain't what he is.
Specials are no.
He doesn't have the same energy like he did. That's my only thing. Like his some of his punchlines are not as, they don't have the same snap they used to. But I guess it's like what happens when you've been kind of living out your days out in the country and shit like that.
Yeah, in rural Ohio.
Yeah, yeah. He's living Thanos' life right now.
But you know what? I mean, took that time off. He's happy, and the money that he skipped out on with Comedy Central, he made $10 million more than that with.
Yeah.
They basically paid him $60 million for 2 new specials because he had already recorded one in 2012.
Yeah.
And so the first one you saw, that was like
old. Yeah.
4 or 5 years old.
Man,
I'll take that.
Yeah, should take it. Yeah, and he can just go back to living his life in luxury. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, Mike, what do you think about like Kevin Hart though?
I think he's got good energy. I think his jokes are palatable.
They're kind of lackluster to me, just a little bit.
It just doesn't.
It's like how he says things makes it funny, but like
I'm more into like
sometimes
just raunchy, filthy comedians like Joey Diaz.
Yeah,
is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I kind of like Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, like Kevin,
it's just that, especially nowadays, and all with all due respect to Kevin Hart, he's the man.
Yeah, he is.
But it's like. It's much more about his presence on stage now than like the merit of the jokes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like you could take like his joke.
Like mid 2000s, Cat Williams was the perfect blend of like stage presence and just like delivery of badass jokes.
Yeah.
He was the dude. Like that special he did in Chicago.
Cat was just funny. Just like he was funny because his jokes were funny.
Right.
He was funny just as a person too.
Right.
His voice sounded funny. That made it a little bit better.
Right.
And then like how he went about like executing it was just everything was perfect. Kevin's got good execution. I could say that he's got good stage presence. Sometimes his jokes aren't as good as I think people make them out to be, and it's like you almost like. It's literally like what we've been saying for years. Like you got to cut up his shit and put it with memes to make it funny.
Well, you know what? Just with doing like public speeches, I had nothing but respect for comedians, especially because they said a lot of them they don't really hit their sweet spot until 20 years in. So it's like, and they're doing sets constantly, so they really work their ass off to get where they are. So I respect them for that, and I could probably never do to the level of what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. Like, especially, what was that one special he did? Anytime his joke was kind of didn't hit hard, he would like set the fire on him, and the fire things would shoot up from the stage.
Yeah.
Like, I'm killing y'all. It's like, no, your joke just didn't really hit like super hard like it would.
I don't
Good
know.
example of playing a huge stadium. And his joke hitting hard was Raw, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Dude was just slaughtering them.
Man, dude. Honestly, like. Since I'm like working on like the on submission, I'm actually we're interviewing me, and there's like so much shit we haven't even touched on.
Okay, bro. Like I'm off tomorrow, so
it's all good. Honestly, I was like listening to it for like the on submissions. I'm working on that. I got 2 albums I'm working on. There's on submission. There's another one called Release the Kraken. I was going through like
we released the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. Release the Kraken.
Oh my goodness, dude.
And they are so drastically different.
You know what? I know this sounds like weird, but have you ever thought about posting your stuff on like Pornhub? It's like an alternative way to get views and like to like submit yourself into that culture.
Actually, Mike, did you see the pussy video?
What?
My video, pussy.
Wait, is that the one? I seen the one where you had like you pay like $20.
Yeah, that was
it?
Yeah, that was the pussy video. Yeah, I was actually thinking about putting it up on there.
Dude.
Yeah, I was like,
might as well. Dude, Wheeler Walker Jr. Have you heard of him?
I have not.
He's like he does like comedy country, and he basically just hates a lot of like bro country, like Florida Georgia Line. But he'll post his videos on Pornhub, and you'd be surprised, man. Like people,
dude, if
like that's the #1 place of internet, so you're gonna get a lot of views there.
Dude,
you wouldn't think you'd get.
Honestly, I was thinking about doing my next video. I was gonna post it up on there. I was thinking about doing it. I didn't
monetize your content off that too.
Yeah, I can. That's
hilarious too.
I don't even know what to call my account on there.
I don't know. You just be your name, JAXX Saban. Saban, my bad.
Yeah, a lot of people say it wrong. It's all good.
Sorry.
But we get the joint.
Half of the bond, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just think of, like it's JAXX Saban. It's literally JAXX, and I'm just saying 7 with an accent.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the set. The reason I picked JAXX Saban, it was an inside joke that I had with somebody. I was like, if I was a Street Fighter character, I'd be calling myself. It's like, choose your character, JAXX Saban.
Goodness.
But like, I was thinking about it because like I was going with it's Radio JAXX name as my rap name.
Yeah.
And nobody was able to find it. So I went with the joke name, which was JAXX Saban, and I like realized, holy shit, this is the 7th like name change I went through, and that's perfect because Saban is like it's like my name is JAXX Saban, and you hear it just like Saban,
right?
But if you
like a foreigner would try to say it.
Saban, how many do you have, Saban? Saban. So
that's actually kind of genius because, and I'll bring up another example. Coldplay, their album Milo Xyloto. The only reason they named that is so that it would like nothing else but itself would show up on Google when you search that up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Every time you search it would declutter every search result and just give you the album.
Yeah. Honestly, the only problem with like my name though is like you type in JAXX Saban on YouTube with like my EPs on there. and like some of the other random tracks I've done, and then like the pussy videos on there. Right after that, Nick Saban comes up.
Nick Saban.
He's in sports. I think he's like one of the people who talk and do like commentary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, people are just like, oh, JAXX Saban. It's like, it's Saban. So are you like Nick Saban's son? No, bitch, no. I'm fucking not. I'm JAXX Saban. It's like, there's literally Japanese kanji right underneath my logo. Come on now. This is not fucking English. This is Japanese.
You know, it'd be interesting. A lot of people are like success in the United States. I'd be perfectly fine with having like international success.
Somewhere else.
Get bank, dude, in like China and Japan.
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking
Tokyo's the richest city in the world.
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about this like I figured with that name, you know, I mean, it's like, it's weird. I know they probably wouldn't like think it up, but I think like if they heard it over there, they'd probably go along with it, especially since there's like little kanji in my name, like Naruto's logo and shit.
Right.
So, I mean, I think I feel like I probably will get some success over in Asia, maybe.
Right.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Who cares? Have you ever seen like some of these acts like playing in Asia?
Yeah.
Dude, those crowds are nuts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
They don't have this weird, like, self-conscious inhibitions like we do in the United States. Where it's all about image. They're like, we're just going to fucking kill it.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, whenever, what's his name, Psy? I watched some of his live videos.
Oh, yeah.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Dude, those Koreans are going nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, you're making bank.
Yeah.
You just convert it to U.S. dollars, whatever.
I think, I want to say, isn't he, like, from here initially?
Well, no, he's from South Korea. And
He's from. He moved over here for school.
Scooter Braun found him, like signed him.
Yeah. And
they brought him to L.A.
Honestly, man, like him, but it's like, I don't even know what to make of this shit any fucking more, man. Like, there's a certain level of success I would be okay with.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't want like L.A. Hollywood success. I don't care about all that. Like,
no, we're
honestly like, give me like,
it's dying for sure, but there's still like an unhealthy worship of celebrities that we still have.
I don't even feel like it's there anymore though, because it's just like it's like the internet has humanized so many celebrities. Like the idolism of them is not there any fucking more.
Well, I get it. It's something to talk about, but it's superficial. But
yeah.
Like celebrities I never even heard of, don't care about. Like, you hear that I died? I'm like, no, and okay. Like, I believe in the afterlife. Hopefully they're in heaven. I don't really believe in hell, by the way, but I believe in like a purgatory, not like a hell, brimstone hell. But that's like,
honestly,
like, okay, they passed. There's seven.
Religion is I don't know. Like
mankind's flawed attempt at explaining the supernatural. That's my theory.
Honestly, I don't know. I think like the closest you can get to it is you have to combine stuff to even figure it out.
Right.
Like I feel like if you take like science, religion, and then like this like metaphysics and stuff like that, maybe you have a better understanding of it. But even then, you still don't fucking understand it. So
I don't fit into a lot of churches, first of all, because I don't believe in a literal Satan. I don't believe in the flawed version of hell.
Yeah, with like all the fire.
Yeah,
and like the dude with.
Well, there's a lot of history on why that came to be a belief. Like it came from a pagan religion through Saint Augustine.
Oh, dude! Like honestly, it's like
and
a lot of this is recycled shit, man.
Yeah,
you know, I know that,
I believe that God created the universe, but I believe we got here via Big Bang and evolution. And I actually tell people that, ask people that, I said, is your life any less valuable if you came from an ape versus we're created out of thin air? No, it's not. So what's the big fucking deal?
We'll figure it out once we like cross over and die. So
it just
that's my thing with it.
It's a primal
I don't know.
reason to separate ourselves.
I don't know. My thing is this. I look at it like this. A soul is just energy.
Yeah.
And we know what energy is. It can't be created nor destroyed, and it just transfers somewhere else.
Thermodynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, you got to...
eternal. Literally, we can't,
just recycle.
Like, if the world explodes, that energy will be sent out as protons or photons of light into the universe.
We'll just be part of something bigger.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. No, Earth is not big enough. If the sun explodes, I think that will become a black hole, maybe.
I think so, but that would take millions.
Oh, massive.
Yeah,
it would take
It's
millions of billions of years.
yeah, before it even gets to like what is it?
What
is it, a white dwarf or a red dwarf?
I think the sun's a red dwarf.
And then,
think.
then it has to turn into a white one before it explodes. I don't know. We're not experts. Yeah, we're not experts.
I don't know. I always believe there's something more.
Same here.
I don't believe black holes are just there to consume matter, and that's it. They've got to be something.
It's a hole going somewhere.
It's got to be like some type of portal. I don't know.
Could be.
It's just or maybe who knows? Maybe it is there to consume matter. Maybe if black holes didn't exist, then the ever-expanding universe would just be uncontrollable, and there would be no such thing as life. I don't know.
I think the closest thing we got to understanding the universe is literally just trying to understand how vast the internet is.
Oh my, yeah, that's just a thing that we know on planet Earth.
Yeah, well, that's like the smallest way we can understand how big a universe can be.
Right.
So
that's why I love watching like, oh God, the show that Neil deGrasse Tyson did. Like, I just love feeling small like that. Like, my life's valuable, your life's valuable, but it's also important to
there's so much other
see
stuff
like
out there.
how tiny we are and how
like shoot. Honestly, it's like when you live somewhere for a long time. Like I've lived in Alton for like a good portion of my life now.
Most people usually stay around where they were raised. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Honestly, it feels so small here.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a long time ago. Like it used to feel kind of big because it was like I didn't know everything around here, and now I kind of do. And it's just like I literally feel like whenever I leave my house, I'm just going into the bigger part of my bedroom.
Right.
So I'm just
I tell you what, though, even in like New York City, if you just talk to people there, their world is so isolated to that 400 square miles there. I think it's just. As humans, we're meant to explore. So if we get too used to an area, it feels small, even though it's fucking massive. Yeah, by the numbers,
Honestly,
because Alton's not that small. Like,
it's not
land wise.
It's not. It's just.
But I totally get what you're talking about.
Yeah, you
cabin fever kind of.
Yeah, it's just like it's. You go look at like the Mississippi and like you see a crossover in like Missouri territory, and you're just like, this world is too fucking small.
Yeah.
It's like if this feels like my bedroom. I hate to imagine what would happen if I go around the world and I get familiar with a bunch of places at once.
I love traveling, man. It makes me feel like a little kid. Like I just got my passport, the book and the card.
Yeah.
So that I can drive and fly. But, I really want to go to Iceland.
Iceland?
They're really accommodating the English language. I come from Viking ancestry, so it's kind of like a little bit spiritual thing for me.
Oh, man.
But and it's a wonderland for photography and videography work. But I love the idea of just waking up and like early, even though I'm tired, like let me go get some food, some coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Let me just go explore. It makes me feel young. What's up?
No, I'm like looking at the meters. I'm just
yeah.
Like, am I really that small? I'm really that small. Yeah, that's because I'm yelling into the mic like this.
Oh no! Stop!
Okay, I won't do it.
You just peaked like crazy there.
I'm not going to peak anymore. I'm going to whisper.
I need to work on better. See, I need to learn how to. I'm actually thinking about bringing someone in here who's like audio expert and be like, hey, set it up to where I can like,
talk and everything.
So if I yell, it doesn't like peak and then but you can still get all like the subtleties of the voice in there.
Yeah, honestly, man, there's just so
I get
much.
it though, bro.
It's just so much, man. Like
it helps me to go on like nature runs too, because there's a lot of nature around here. That'll help you feel like it's not as small because you're not just in your car, or whatever. But you don't even need to travel to like Iceland or anywhere, dude. The continent of the United States is fucking massive.
Yeah,
like, dude. When I drove last year, we went on a trip. We're supposed to go to Glacier National Park in Montana. We're going to go this year, and we're only going to go to there, not anywhere else. But we went to Rocky Mountain National Park, then to Moab, Utah, then to Bryce Canyon National Park, which is in central Utah, then to Monument Valley. The drive from Monument Valley back to Alton is 21 hours. Dude, this land is fucking massive.
Oh, yeah.
That shit will make you realize it's not as small as you think it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, I love it, dude. My phone screen shattered. the first day, but it was 9 days of just not being connected to anything I knew back here.
Yeah.
And the American West is like the South. Oh, the American West is mind blowing.
I believe
it's
that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Honestly, shit, man. That's like this half the reason why I even like wanted to like start doing music was because like I wanted to, travel, and I figure like, oh, here's something that people can enjoy, and while they enjoy me, I can go enjoy them.
Right.
And we're both getting something out of it. You get to see me talk shit with a soundtrack,
right? And
I get to just hang out with y'all and understand how you all live versus how I'm used to living here.
Right.
It's like, oh, let's see. Like, I know how fuckfaces where I live at. Let's see how fuckfaces live somewhere else.
Well, there's just so many mediums to do that with. Like, you could do your own podcast and then have like your podcast. Here's a new song I just dropped, dude. I can't tell you how many songs I've heard that were like either bridging two separate segments of the podcast or the end of it. I've asked Siri, I'm like, hey, what's that song?
Yeah.
Like there's so many different ways you can put your music out there and have it discovered.
Yeah, honestly,
you could do your on some ish Mondays or on some whatever sounds. Yeah.
Honestly, like there's been a side of me that wanted to kill it off.
Well, I mean, if you feel like it's not authentic anymore and you hate it, then don't do it.
See, it's like I haven't not given anyone official power to be on some ish.
Okay.
So I don't feel that way towards it. It's just like there's sides of me that's like, how many ways can I call you a raggedy bitch? Right. How many times can I say throw the whole bitch away? How many fucking times do I have to tell you simple shit that like everyone should know, but apparently, don't talk about that. That's a no.
Right.
Like there's so many things I feel like are common sense that like shouldn't even offend people. And maybe I don't even know if that's my upbringing, but I also kind of feel like I try to be as honest as I can be.
Yeah.
So whenever I say stuff and it doesn't even necessarily got to be inappropriate. It kills me how sometimes people be like, hey, you need to stop saying stuff like that because, some people are getting offended. And I'm like, what the I'm not saying nothing bad about anyone. What the hell is wrong with y'all?
People are just bored and simple-minded. They want to...
Oh, my God.
It gives them meaning to their sad existence.
Oh, my goodness.
And I get existential sometimes, but like, I know getting offended by stupid stuff is going to make my experience here on Earth worse. So... either let it roll off your shoulders or just like just delete fucking Facebook, man.
It's not even just face. No, this is just like
it's all over.
This is before. This is pre-Onsome-ish.
Okay, gotcha.
This is pre-Onsome-ish because I was just some of the shit I was saying on Onsome-ish. That was shit I was saying in conversations before too. So it's like I'm literally giving you me in my rawest form, pretty much. But
I feel sorry for people like that. I pity them to wake up every day and figure out ways to become a victim. Or to feel offended. That's a miserable existence.
It really is, and it's like that's what I was talking about earlier. Victim culture. It's like that's a thing.
Garbage.
Like we have so many cultures for so many things that I didn't even know was a fucking culture.
Right.
Because like I remember, what was it when someone was telling me about rape culture? Like I'm not condoning rape, so don't worry about that. But like the first time I heard it, I was like, rape culture? What the fuck is that?
The stats are pretty skewed.
Yeah,
they consider.
I was like, what was it like?
Like saying regretting sex is considered rape now, and
what the fuck?
A consensual partner, if you did a move on them that they didn't 100% verbally, they agree with, that can be considered rape. It's not. There's a lot of statistics that don't have anything to do with actual forced penetration.
Yeah, like I was sitting there like thinking about it, and I was just like
not 1 in 4 women don't get raped. That's garbage on college campuses. It's been debunked.
My thing with it is this: like whenever I heard like this rape culture stuff, I was like 20, 21 whenever I first heard it. That was the first time I heard someone call it that. I don't know. I was just kind of sitting there like, that is not a fucking thing.
It's just another way. It's just another way by miserable leftists to vilify straight men.
I was just like, that is not
straight white men. I'm like the devil to a lot of college liberals.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that for you. No, but I don't care. No, but I was like sitting there like, that is not a fucking thing. And like they're like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, how is that a fucking thing? Like,
just ask them simple questions with a little stutter.
Because I was just like rape culture, like who's like when did that have conventions? That's when that becomes a culture. Like when you start having conventions for things, that's a culture start right there.
Well, you know, a good a specific example is this girl got known as the mattress girl.
Yeah,
You heard about that?
No.
So she carried around her campus and to raise awareness that she was raped, and then upon further digging, they found out that they both got drunk, they had sex, she regretted it, and then she made up the story that she was raped. Ruined this guy's life. He got expelled from.
So it was just.
It's kind of like the whole.
Like I don't condone any of that at all.
No.
I don't. And it's
if I saw it happening, I'd be tempted to kill the person.
Honestly,
straight up.
Yeah. It's just like I don't condone rape, and I also don't condone like lying about rape. And it's just like people have to acknowledge that both of those things do exist. You know, like don't like I know that there's a lot of people who go through their traumas and stuff like that, and that is true.
And this is
we
brought
can't
up by liberals and conservatives. They say when you do that, you're delegitimizing actual real victims.
Yeah, real victims when you do that.
Now, if they want to come forward, now they're
scared to. Yeah. Scared to, or they feel like no one's going to fucking believe them. And like, that's bullshit for them because there's people who have actually went through stuff and you're just sitting here just trying to have like, have a pity party because, you know,
it's
someone either didn't like you enough or you regretted something, you know? It's just
I think it's a little bit of, have you heard of Munchausen syndrome?
What's that?
Munchausen syndrome. It's basically people who are addicted to the feeling of sympathy.
I can't do it.
There's certain cases of that where it's called Munchausen by proxy. So, I think my uncle told me a certain example. A specific example was that this woman was basically adopting kids and then suffocating them.
What the
because
fuck?
she was addicted to all the sympathy and the feelings of sorrow that she got from people. It's I think some people have that, dude.
That's fucked up.
They love feeling like, oh, I'm so sorry for you, and so they make up shit.
I don't, man.
Munchausen?
Oh my goodness, man! Like there's just too many things. Like it's just like, you know,
it's crazy.
We're trying to take down the bad guys, but like it feels like it's hard to say who's really the hero here anymore. And it's hard to say, you know, and it's like, I don't want to get too deep into this.
That's why I use Instagram to post my pictures from my camera. I keep everything at arm's distance because it's fucking madness.
I don't know. I think I might be ruining my career. I don't know. I don't know. But then again,
I think
if I'm saying it with you, I'll probably say it to everybody.
No, I think there's a lot more people, the silent majority out there who think like you. They're being censored by Facebook and being
I don't know
publicly shamed by
it's hard
the fringe minority of people.
It's so hard to really call stuff out anymore. Like I'm sympathetic towards like people who go through things. I really am. And, you know, and if you really want to
human condition,
I'm sympathetic towards it, and I also want to see someone, you know, rise above and like not necessarily take control of the situation, but it's like don't let them, you know, bring that all the way down on them. Right. You know, I went through some fucked up things in my day, and like, you know, it's like I know that, you know, me being a black man in America, I'm not gonna get that much fucking sympathy. I already know that. I already know that. I have to figure out ways to like cope with that and like rise above, and this is, you know, shit's gonna happen. You know, shit's gonna come a time where, you know, it's like we shall overcome. You know, I'm gonna do all that. But I don't like this whole everyone's always offended about everything. Yeah. Everyone's always a victim of something. Everyone's making things that are like, you know, small things bigger than what they actually are. Now, there are times where it's legitimately, yes, this was a big bad thing. Yeah. We need to handle that shit. Right. But not every fucking, you know, not everybody's got a gun to your head just because they have words towards something. Like, honestly, you know, sometimes I like wonder, like, America doesn't really feel like it's about like democracy with its people. Not necessarily its government, but with its people, it doesn't feel like democracy anymore, because it kind of feels like the moment you speak out, like our First Amendment right kind of feels like a joke among its people. You can't say anything without...
The fact that is being like... There's a gray area now is kind of...
Like,
it's kind of terrifying to me. We're really, honest to God, I think maybe the only country that actually has that, and it's really quite special of a right to have.
Yeah, to have freedom of speech, and
otherwise, like for example, in Scotland, you can get arrested for posting offensive shit on Facebook.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, the UK's fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
The UK and Europe.
Yeah, like honestly, we have something special, and it almost feels like our actions as the people, we don't want to use that right, because someone might get their feelings hurt, someone might feel a type of way, and it's like this. It's like, look, man,
that's where I think you should just double down and be yourself, because
that's all I can be.
Those people grow up and things will happen in their life, and they'll hopefully grow from that. Yeah. And you'll still keep your fan base and still be relevant, because you never succumbed and sold your soul to the devil.
Oh no, I'm not trying to do all that.
Right.
I'm not trying to do all that, man. I'm literally just.
I'm just a boy. I'm just kidding. I'm just a girl, boy version.
Yeah, it's just I'm just a guy.
Sorry, did I just assume your gender? Sorry.
It's like, first of all, I'm a fucking cigarette. All right.
It's ma'am. Did you see that video?
Yeah, I saw that. It's like what did I tell one of my friends just because of like how crazy this is? Like, I just told them one day, I was just like, nigga, I'm a fucking dildo, bro. I told him that I'm a motherfucking dildo.
I am an attack helicopter.
Like one of my female friends was just sitting there like, what? And I was like, bitch, I'm a fucking dildo.
Oh my goodness. And
she was just like, a dildo. I was like, yes, a fucking dildo. Bitch, do you know what you can do with me? You put me in the you can put me in the fucking drawer. You can pull me out when you want. You want me to have some fun with you and shit, you know?
My goodness.
You turn my knob. I'll do the Harlem Shake for you one good time.
Oh my goodness.
And shit. I won't talk back. And when you get bored with me, you can put me back and we can have a fun time later.
Goodness.
And I already get it. It's cool.
Right.
Like, bottom drawer right next to the socks. You already know what the fuck it is. We can get it on and popping, baby. I'll shake like P. Diddy. You don't know.
My goodness.
Like, yo, shake weight ain't got shit on me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, man. It's weird, bro. Like, there's so much shit I want. Like, there's so much equality I want in like the world, but at the same fucking time, it's like we're not.
That's the thing. I think a lot of people who are especially on the extreme left,
they
think that if you're libertarian or conservative,
you're the devil.
You don't want equality. That's quite. Not the truth. I think that's pretty far from the truth.
I can't deal with it, man. Like, I'm just like, look, I'm a human. You're a human.
Right.
Like, me and you are talking right now. We're like probably from two completely different backgrounds.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, what's up?
Probably.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot more in common than we think.
We have a lot in common, but even then, it's just like, the world's going to look at you differently than they're going to look at me. Unfortunately, they're gonna think you're the bad guy for your own set of reasons. They're gonna think I'm the bad guy for my own set of reasons and shit.
I got. Even though I came from a blue collar background, haven't really been handed like the amazing things. Oh, you're white privilege. No,
man, it's
all these trips that I go on. I pay for myself. Like,
it's. I don't even fucking with.
I'm not just handed the keys and money to everything.
I don't even know what to call this shit any fucking more, man. Like, it's just like.
So I'm trying to think who that person is.
What down there?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know what to call this shit any fucking more, man. Like, it's just like. It's like.
It's crazy.
It really is. It's just like I just want to live a normal life. Yeah. Like, I already know, like us talking about this right now. This was like 1984. Yeah. I'd be fine. I don't know. Give a fuck what I'm talking about. But since it's like 2019, if I tell somebody it's like Captain Marvel sucks, what?
So that's why I like podcasts. I think that's why they're.
I don't think that
the new media, and they're crushing as far as numbers goes, because people they know these sound bites are bullshit. Like. From anyone, so they want this. They want to hear it in the context and hear it.
They want to
hear respectably disagree and agree with each other and explain
why. Yeah, like just look, man.
Like Rogan kills
honestly,
number wise, he kills any of the major like news corporations.
Honestly, like it'd be different for me if I met someone who had like someone who was like seriously just against me completely. Me and them are just like, sitting in a room like me and you right now, just talking normally. No malice in either hearts. We're saying what the fuck we feel to each other.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I see that you think that. All right. Kind of hurt, but I'm gonna let you say that because we're about.
Well,
here.
like you said, going back to the whole conflict thing.
Yeah.
I think most people don't want to physically fight each other, so there's going to be a filter. I'm not going to say exactly like what I would say online about you to your face because you might get a punch me in the face.
Shit.
So
I don't even think it isn't. That's too much energy for me right now. Like, if I don't want to fight you, it's not because I can't. It's because I don't have the energy to fucking deal with all your bullshit right now. You really got to like do something to get me to like want to do that.
Vulnerable. I remember when I was at my strongest, I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do jujitsu or kickboxing. I don't want to get in a fight because I might get beat up.
All right, it's silly as fuck.
Right.
I'm looking.
So, JAXX SABAN.
I mean, we could talk more if you want to.
No. I think they're actually about to close here. So.
Oh shit! Damn.
No, finally, after what 5?
It's been since
5
December.
Reschedules.
Yeah, about 5
dude,
Actually, hold up.
December 26th of last year.
Yeah. Hold up.
I don't know why I rescheduled.
You had something else going on. That's all right. Honestly, we talked about everything but music and everything.
Music.
Yeah, we did.
Oh no, we can.
Just wrap it.
Music?
Yeah, wrap it up just so people know what the fuck I'm on.
Yeah.
Any general questions you want to ask?
I mean, you already covered. I think who were your inspirations?
Some of it,
kind of.
It's just kind of glazed it, but it's cool. Yeah. Honestly.
You gave a little peek into like where your origins, sampling. Whatnot.
Yeah, sampling, doing boom bap shit.
Yeah.
Just kind of doing whatever.
Right.
I mean,
Well, I guess to get into the nerdy stuff.
Actually, hold up. Let me check what time it is.
There you go.
Oh, it's 9:14. Oh yeah,
we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
God damn! Look at us.
It goes by quick.
Look at that.
I did a 3-hour podcast with one of my favorite photographers from St. Louis.
Okay.
And it went by like that, dude.
I mean, let's say if we can get like another 15. We can do that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's like.
Do you want me to do like?
Yeah, just do 21 questions with it,
okay.
Just so people know what the fuck to expect.
Like the Vogue thing. Okay, so you explain your origin. Who are like your influences and how, like, what is like? Yeah, how do they influence your sound and like?
Let's say there's just so many fucking things to do because it's like I'm a rapper and a producer, so it's like
right. Like, by the way, my nerdy question. Can I interject this question? What is like? Because I mainly use Logic Pro.
Yeah.
10. What is like your
Fruity Loops?
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops.
I tried my hardest to do that. I could not fucking.
It's easier than what people make it out to be.
I just gotta have patience. I didn't have enough patience. I'd rather just use my MIDI keyboard and make my beats on Logic Pro. It's a lot more streamlined and simple. I
feel that. It all depends on the person, but
right.
Let's say influences. Let's see, production wise, Daft Punk.
Ooh.
Linkin Park.
Ooh.
Gorillaz. LP from Run the Jewels. Death Grips. DJ Premier, actually. Another one would have to be let's see, what else is there? Kanye, actually. There's a producer from the West Coast. I think he's from Hawaii. I'm not sure. Mr. Carmack. He's another one. He does like a lot of EDM type trap shit. So,
dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've thought about selling out. I'm not really selling out, but I don't have the time nor patience to learn physical instruments.
No,
I need to get back into making EDM.
Oh, dude,
that's like you don't have to be like Skrillex. You can just kill it and make like
house
music.
To
be mainstream like Katy Perry.
Oh
numbers.
No.
You sell these concerts and make bank, dude.
Yeah.
Main thing for me is just financial independence. I don't give a fuck.
Honestly, I'm trying to think. Like, what was some other shit though? Like production. Because we're on the production tip. Let's see. I mean, it's like random shit I find online sometimes. Like sometimes I'll listen to like, like some of my samples that I used to like use and shit. Like Led Zeppelin is one of them. Definitely. Black Sabbath is another one.
I tell you what's a pretty good resource. Do you use Splice at all?
I've actually been trying to download stuff off of there.
Cool, man.
And every single time, you get a lot of shit on there, and it's like I have such a hard time getting that shit on my fucking computer just because like it's like, oh, you need this and this and this, and I'm just like, man, fuck.
They're trying to push you into subscription.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, fuck it, I'll just make my own pads and like synthesizers. Let's see, lyrically though, since on the rapper side, I'd say like you got to break that down into like so many different things. Like MC Ride from Death Grips is definitely one of them, just because like how he goes about some of his tracks, but I'm not that abrasive with it.
Gotcha.
But let's say like lyrically, like writing wise, I'd probably say Ice Cube, a little bit of Nas, a little bit of
you're hard hitting here, man. For me at least.
Yeah, Rakim, Kendrick. Prodigy from Mobb Deep, Ghostface, Raekwon, Biggie Smalls, definitely.
Scarface. Got a little Scarface in there?
A little bit of Scarface.
A little bit of Scarface. Okay.
A little bit of Scarface. I mess with the South. Like I have a very love-hate relationship with the South.
Oh, okay.
For some reason. Like Ghetto Boys was dope as fuck, but like I don't know, some of it was just like it feels like fake West Coast.
Right.
So it was like that, and then it's like
yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like
Schoolboy a little bit was in there.
South was really South whenever like
once like like Outkast and like Organized Noise and stuff.
Gucci Man kind of had like Brick Squad kind of had a unique sound, but it wasn't like
pretty much the South. The South for me, like Ghetto Boys is like way far back, but for me it's like Outkast, 3-6,
Bun B.
Yeah, Bun B, UGK, and like Pimp C and all of
the Chopped and Screwed shit.
Yeah, that's South for me.
Right.
Like Hot Boys Wayne is South for me. Yeah,
like now today, you know.
Actually, Manny Fresh.
Really?
A lot of people. Manny Fresh. Forget
dude.
Yeah, but like I have like a love-hate relationship with the South. Like I love how they go about some of their tracks, but at the same time, I kind of feel like, man, you all have like people have copied your style so much to the point where it's like, man, like.
Right.
What is rap right now? Like no one has regional differences. No one has like individuality anymore. It's just like, what is this shit?
I'm thankful for that though. It's just the internet, man.
Yeah.
You take influence from anywhere. Future took so much of the lean music from and then put like a little like West Coast style into that.
Honestly, let's see who else is it.
Although Future's from Atlanta, so what the fuck am I talking about? I'm
trying to think like the writing wise, like that. Those are the people I'm influenced by. I already talked about like my voice, like how I go about pronouncing stuff.
That's really cool though, dude. That's the thing I like about Kendrick, because he'll bounce around with these voices.
Yeah.
Did this add so much more dynamics?
Oh yeah.
Like what was that one song? I think it was from To Pimp a Butterfly. But he was doing the voice of like a heartbroken girl. Yeah. And he was doing like this like
Kendrick's like his
voice was cracking, and then
like his production on his voice like alone man. like fuck the beat. It's just like how much shit voice. You go into for your voice alone on tracks is fucking ridiculous, because like there's shit that he does that I don't even do, because I like whenever I do like a lot of my tracks, whenever I record them, I just look at them from like, okay, here's the main voice, here's my ad libs. I want this shit to sound like I'm doing this shit. Like not necessarily like sound quality in a garage, but like if I was in a band right now, this is what it is. You know,
that's cool as fuck.
So yeah, like I already talked about like me doing the little voice thing and stuff like that.
You can do that right. I just tell people, if you get any sound samples, do WAV files.
Oh yeah.
Do as much uncompressed audio as possible, so that when you put the product out there, from a technical standpoint, it sounds good. But you can do shitty sound shitty, but if you do shitty sound good, then it's actually like translated well and people understand it. Yeah. Versus like shitty. Yeah. You know.
Honestly, this shit is just honestly like I don't know what else is there to it, because there's like it's literally me pulling influences from like rock, like old school hip hop today, and like EDM from like maybe a couple of years back. I'm actually starting to trying to venture out into that a little bit, and to like see what other genres in that are there.
Right.
Just because like I kind of fell off on the EDM side. Yeah. Because I like noticed like EDM trap went to future bass like
I think in a short EDM rap storytelling like comedy. That's so niche that would just like you could there would be no competition. You
I don't know.
Just like,
I don't know. It's
rather than just doing like, hey, I'm gonna do like lean rap and then be like Lil whatever.
yeah, pretty much. But it's
They're like, I equate them to like a shooting star. They're bright and they're there and then they're gone. Versus like Kendrick or J. Cole, where they really
they're just
throw
there.
all these elements. They put these elements in the pot and
they become,
brew them and then it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, you got the Big Dipper, Little Dipper at that point. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Butterfly and Mad City, Good Kid, Mad City. Those are classics. Those aren't going anywhere.
Okay, let's see. What else should we go into? Because we already did like my influences and stuff like that. Projects, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, where to find you?
SoundCloud at JAXX SABAN, JAXX SABAN. The movements over there. Yeah, just look me up on their Bandcamp and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and you can find me. Let's see, what else is there? Future projects, I guess.
Something you could do? I just thought about this. You know who Crank Lucas is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
you
already
do shit
know
like
him.
that too.
I was thinking about that, but like the problem with people today, like once you do one thing, they just punch you in that one little lump and they don't let you get out of it.
That's true. That's where the whole thing of like, I don't know, Gary Vee talks about this. Just like you shut them up by pushing product out there and being consistent. So you don't let them put you in that box.
Honestly, half of me is kind of worried about this podcast because I'm like, I wondered, was I being too real?
Oh,
or was I not? Because today's idea of real is a little different than mine.
No, I think people want real.
Oh.
I think that's the reason why people like Lil Uzi Vert and all these, like, they're just being total, like, quote unquote weirdos. People love that.
Well, they're being themselves, I guess. I don't know.
And I think looking back on it, when we're in our 30s, we won't. First of all, we probably won't care about this, but second of all, we'll be thankful that
We did it.
we didn't sell our soul to the devil.
No, we didn't. Let's say, excuse me. Two projects coming out this year. Let's say, don't know which order I'm going to do this, but it's going to be On Some-ish and Release the Kraken. Both albums are stylistically different, so.
That's hilarious, though.
What?
Well, Awesome-ish, that's cool. Like, I love that, but
Release
the idea
the
of
Kraken.
naming something Release the Kraken
Dude,
is hilarious.
There's a lot of, like, some of the title names on there that have so many inside jokes to them. There's so many. I'll let you know this.
And the idea that you're gonna form a story around that, I find that.
I'm not even forming. No, they're
no?
they're just tracks on the album.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like I kind of wanted to go like the Death Grips route about like doing albums. They never put skits in their shit.
Right.
Yeah, they just put all their tracks that they made in that period of time on a CD and call it a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's no skits. It's just that. On Some-ish will have like skits in between, but it's gonna be just like random samples of like different comedians talking. And
That's awesome, though. I love that.
yeah, so that
Frank Ocean does that all the time.
like
I love that.
Like there's one sample on there that I'm gonna use. I don't want to give away too much, but Eddie Murphy was talking about Bill Cosby hitting him up and basically saying like,
"Do not say fuck."
yeah, yeah. And it was just the part
I
where
totally just like.
it wasn't even that one. It was
I'm
the part
sorry.
where it was he called up Richard Pryor's house and told him about what happened. What Richard Pryor's response to it was. That's going on the album. I'm not going to say where, but it's going to be on there. So that
I know exactly what you're talking about. And I would laugh my ass off here.
yeah, so that's going to be on there. One is definitely I'm not going to say like Release the Kraken. I wouldn't say it's more subtle.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it, man. Both albums are different, but they kind of feel the same, but they're not.
So you can interpret it. But I hear a lot of artists say that once you release it, it's half yours, half
the world's,
public's, because it's up for interpretation now.
Yeah, the Release the Kraken is up for interpretation. On Some-ish, like literally this podcast, that's just pretty much what it's probably going to be like. Like all the shit that we didn't talk about. Like, so I need to really buckle down and be like, well, I said it, whatever, fuck it happened.
Well, if you want to take notes from this, feel free, man.
I probably will.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that's gonna be. That's on Smash, and then there's 2 other projects coming out later, but I'm probably not gonna get to those this year. Yeah, there's 4 projects
All
already
in due
lined up.
time, man. All in due time.
Yeah, there's 4 projects lined up, but just worry about the first 2, which is on Smash and Release the Kraken.
Yeah, all in due time, man.
Yeah, so just there's that.
It's a special piece of meat. You gotta let it marinate and cook it, and be careful with it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm actually happy about that though. Like it's like listening to just like the beats from like Release the Kraken and
Yeah,
because like a lot of people don't notice. Like a lot of those songs that I put out, like a lot of those beats are actually old as fuck for me.
Really?
Yeah, like the track Pussy.
Yeah,
I made that beat in 2015. Couldn't even tell, could you?
no.
Could not tell. No, I made that in 2015. Nobody even knows that, except for a handful of people.
Jeez.
Yeah. So a lot of my stuff that I got, like, that's why it's like I already know the next 4 projects because all those beats are old as hell.
Right.
I'm just polishing them up and making them sound like they're brand new. So that's not a big deal for me.
Right.
Let's just change the drums a little bit, maybe switch a bass line and maybe use an 808 or like extend the melody out to this long and use that instead of like just 4 little notes that repeat itself.
Right.
And then, it's done. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's like you write a paper, then you look at it again like 2-3 years later after you turned it in, and then you're like,
how much of a piece of shit it was.
Yeah, and then you're like, man, I could make this shit 10 times better. Fuck it.
Hindsight's 2020 with more stuff in life. But shit, bro, I think we ought to wrap this up.
Yeah, okay.
They're about to close the lights on us.
Oh, shit. All right.
All right, everyone. This is episode 42 of the Lone Wolf Podcast with JAXX
Saban.
Damn it. Saban.
It's cool, man. We know what you're trying to say. It's all
Check
good.
them out on SoundCloud, YouTube. Are you on Spotify?
I'm not on those yet.
Well, then you'll be on there yet.
I'll get on there.
Check them out and support local art, you fucking Alton, Illinois and St. Louis people.
Thank you.
Don't stop giving a fuck about people who don't give a fuck about you, okay?
Love you all, even if you don't love me.
With that being said, have a good day, everyone.
Good night. We love you. I'm not trying to be no type of way. Sorry.
Hey, nigga, we 30. Out of that damn bag, wanna rule the world, wanna do it fast. Whipping work in the summer heat, selling mixtapes at a book bag. Trying to get it where I can't get it, that's the ambitions of a hustler. Get a towel so I can wipe my brow, cause I think I see my next customer. What's cracking with it? Name JAXX, got some track to sound out of sight. Guarantee you'll have a replay like the very end of a Tekken fight. Broke sound, hit the eardrums, you can call the mixtape a wet willy. On the mic, I'm Friday night, cause I guarantee you I get busy. Let me break it down with a freestyle so wild, child souls down for the day. You'll get geeked when you hear a nigga speak, say rap it like a semi-automatic AK. Beat goes dumb, brain goes numb, sound of the drums, you dance and sweat. Switch up the flow again, bring in the title wig, take a control of this, you can go tell a friend. I'm pretty insane with the A. What's your thoughts, tell me what you think. If that shit sounds too crazy, then I'll go get me a psych or shrink. Hear that beat that's calling my name, radio hit that sounded like flame. Writing the rhythms, doing my thing, reciting the lines, I'm doing my thing. Get that, yo, get that, PU, money sign, get signed. Get that, yo, get that dollar bill, cause you know I'm trying to get mine. Get that, yo, get that, PU, money sign, get signed. Get that, yo, get that pussy, see. Get that, yo, get that, PU, money sign, get signed. Get that, yo, get that dollar bill, cause you know I'm trying to get mine. Get that, yo, get that, PU, money sign, get signed. Get that, yo, get that. Drive by with my top down, maxed out on that damn sound. Sounding like Godzilla's coming when I roll around in your damn town. Trying to grab this game's pussy, Donald Trump in this game's rookie. Came big like the name Snooki, then I slimmed it up like the name Snooki. Set up shop in the next spot, man, I'm still as hungry as Ramadan. People hear me getting geeked out, man, I turn the spot into Comic-Con. Sell some copies of the mixtape, let the bag empty, they been gone. In the day with the money made, then I fall asleep with the speakers on. I'm trying to wake up to this cake.
To this cake.
I want this kingdom to be made.
To be made.
Yeah. Pidgey, mine's still my name. Keep faith. Give me the fortune and the fame. Kitty cats, what is that? Got the pussy burn to a high track. Knocked out, hit the sack. Sleeping on my shit like a sewer rat. Waking up, body cracks. Return to the grind like a welcome back. On the street with a motherfucking backpack. Grind on my mind that I told the world running back. Get that, yo, get that. BU money sign inside. Get that, yo, get that dollar bill, cause you know I'm trying to get mine. Get that, yo, get that. BU money sign inside. Get that, yo, get that pussy, see. Get that, yo, get that. BU money sign inside. Get that, yo, get that dollar bill, cause you know I'm trying to get mine.